How it do, how it be, how it is, everybody. Welcome in and welcome back. As you know, we are returning to Bayonet. I am so very excited. The party is currently in this city of two different meeting mountains with the interim, a gravityless, weightless plane in the center panning throughout. Think of a mega city in ruin on the outside, but inhabitants that have been here for a long time, robbed of the concept of bloodlines. I'm SirFeffers, humble dungeon master of the Longshot table. I'm very excited to be jumping in and to have these wonderful yahoos with us today. I'm just honored to have them here. Let's start off with you, Andy.
I still had half a mouthful of
I'm sorry. I tried to spread it out the second I was locked in.
I was so ready for you to say Mike. Hi everybody. It's Andy, aka ValveMax 010 on the interwebs. I'm mainly over on TikTok doing short form comedy content about D&D and the like. Love it if you go check that out. Maybe give me a follow. It means the world to me. You can also find me on Mr. Dandy DM's channel as Brash Briggs, the Loxodon Bard on Our Flag Means Doom. It's a pirate-themed campaign. It's goofy as hell, and I think you'd enjoy it. Other than that, I'm back to play Pierce Ashwalker, the guy who got his arm blown the fuck up. I'm tossing it over to Drak.
Hi, I'm Drak or Drakoniques. I do TTRPG stuff. I perform, produce actual plays, and write TTRPG stuff. Anything and everything teacher related I'm doing or will be doing in the near future. But today, I'm playing Azalea, the warlock paladin now, and the native of Warren Oed, who removed his hands on purpose and then put it back on last session. Bet Pierce is jealous. He can't do that.
I was gonna say.
Puff hates it. Puff hates all of it. Both Pierce losing limbs and freaking what is Azalea removing?
He was just slumped on the wall, sees that happen. He's like, "What the fuck, bro?"
I was like, turn around like, I'm just built different. I don't know.
Must be nice. Hi, I'm Puff. I'm Puff, the Heron monk, hunky boy. Metro Mike on everything. YouTube, Twitch, and TikTok. I do special effects makeup and play RPGs and Souls like. But yeah. Freaking super excited, super stoked on the Feff.
All right, so
I don't like that you're rubbing your hands already, man.
I'm so excited. I'm in that kind of manic headspace. I'm sleep deprived, but I've gotten some sleep and I'm very prepped. So like I'm just excited to move into the space, you know.
He's gonna try and kill us.
Concern.
Right after this episode, the very next Tuesday, we had a character death. I almost said a player death.
Oh my god!
Like, why are you so excited?
I'm just, thriving. Feff mentioned the bingo. Yes, thank you. That brings me to my the rest of my announcements. We have a phenomenal community on the Discord, and if you don't know, this whole D&D bingo thing has taken a lot of the other D&D spaces by storm. It all started here with Bengo from 2 years ago, one of our summer series. Phenomenal community over there. We also got memes and we use it for visual aids and the like for the campaigns. And if you want to get get caught up on the 3 weekly streamed campaigns, you can head over to the YouTube. Modern Artifice, phenomenal sponsorship. 10% off if you use the code Longshot. And with that, I think we're ready to dive in.
Oh.
Are we ready, gang?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Ready as I'll ever be. Yeah. Like that shark. That shark puppet. Yeah.
The party is within the held breath. Again, with the kind of shattered purple and black marble on the floor and various ancient statues and the fountain in the middle. And it's not a very big space. You know that there's likely, or Azalea, you would know for sure, that there are a few doorways that lead to pocket spaces for storage and the like. And so because of that, everything actually feels kind of cramped. Whispers back and forth, kind of drifting over this open area. You haven't really gone and... Oh, we're all... Let's see. Azalea, you've just went and put on your armor.
Yeah.
So let's start with you. Tell us about your office that you've kind of constructed a little bit, and did you allow the other party members in here, or is this something you still just keep that key in your pocket for?
I think it's just for me. It's just a space for myself. So I don't think I would have let the others join me, but I would have told them where I'm going. I would have told them I'm going to my office within the held breath. And you kind of see it's honestly the bare minimum. It's the bare minimum you need to get some work done. There's probably like a simple desk, and a fairly comfortable chair, nothing fancy, just a simple chair with cushioning on it. Just so often he's like kind of looking over artifacts and whatever remnants of books and scripts he could get his hands on for whatever mission that might lead towards the origin of Roman Oed.
You notice as you're donning your armor, because you're checking the polish and you're making sure it's still all good to go and all that. In the reflection, something dawns on you. This room also has a weir light. The Held Breath has weir lights as well, and if they have weir lights, then maybe they have a weir walker that would be a different option than Kipper. Potentially something you could pursue there.
Yeah. I think like looking up at the colored lights thing, they'll kind of take note of that and just be like, I'll speak to Senior Isaac about that later. I think vodka within the ranks could be useful. From what Pierce told me, it's flammable, so useful weapon too. And they'll continue donning their armor, which is a very sleek, almost like perfectly fitted plate armor. Very similar color combination that he usually wears, mostly blacks, some silvers and dark grays. As he dons that and sets his cloak over that. And he also grabs a shield. It's a pretty old, like mostly wooden shield, like the kind of iron rimming around the edge of it, but nothing wild or fancy. And kind of like attaches that to his back as he walks out.
Excellent. Stepping out, you're on you're on the second floor, and you can look down into the big hallway area. You can see Puff and Pierce, and it dawns on you that, man, you still haven't slept. It's been a full day, and you haven't even gotten to the parade.
Yeah. I think
the party does get a short rest as well if they need it.
Oh, okay.
We did level up,
Yeah, we leveled up twice,
Yes,
so
we did.
so I think the effects of a short rest would kick in, of a long rest.
yeah.
What is written? No.
Oh,
But it's up to the GM.
Okay, we're gonna
Like,
go
at
with.
Put into D&D Beyond, it didn't automatically bump everything up. It just changed my max stuff.
Gotcha. Did anybody hit the long rest button? Okay, so we're gonna say long rest, but
Alright.
we won't make it a precedent. If that makes sense, it might be differing in the future.
I just assumed it was a long rest just because of the fact that we were here for hours. Like,
That constitutes a short rest.
oh, right. How long's a long rest? 8?
8 hours is for the
All right.
By the power
Makes
of
sense.
experience, suddenly my stab wounds aren't here anymore.
Everyone is still, let's say, very haggard, and feels like they've been sprinting all day. And it is, let's say, let's say it's noon. Let's say it's maybe 1. Whatever the Woe and Oed equivalent would be. Azalea, it seems less packed than usual in here. And you realize you're usually not here at noon, you know? It's usually you dart in here in the middle of the night or something like that, and it's just an odd kind of disjointed feeling. Speaking of disjointed, Pierce, you're
Yes? How can I help you?
you're standing by this fountain, ingesting all of the information you know, when you realize you're subconsciously scratching at the pinkish, purplish, kind of violet stain where those mushrooms, the biddle bops, were detonated. And yeah, arm gone, but also just this down to like your bottom rib is this what you realize now to be growing as you scratch it. It can only be described as like a stain.
Ew.
Make a Constitution saving throw.
Ah, fuck.
You got this. I have faith.
Okay. 16.
Writing it down. Okay.
That's terrifying.
Thanks. So,
Out of 1, you would have grown a mushroom arm.
A piddle pop mushroom arm sounds like a great
Exploding
blessing
fist.
and a big problem.
sounds hideous. How does the party want to venture forward from here? There's a couple of different things the party mentioned that they want to pursue. If you guys would like for me to kind of put those out there, or if you guys would like to more organically figure out how you want to move forward, how do you guys, as you reconvene, how do you scheme on how to move forward?
I was just gonna walk up to Pierce Smith. What are we doing?
Well, from what I can collect, we are now rebels, which is cool, because it's nice to have actual, allies. But, I feel like Vodka's gonna have to wait on the count that there's, like, a huge bomb, essentially, somewhere in the city.
Finishing with
yeah.
fixing his armor, Azalea walks in.
Well, you're so fancy.
Thank you.
Is this
a
your,
feeling
like,
I'm going
normal
to
get-up?
need- Most of the time, when I don't need to worry about moving quietly, I try to be a bit more armored up. Out
Armor
there
doesn't come in
the
my
building.
sizes.
I'm sure we could find something if you really want armor.
Too loud.
Buddy, you are the first Harangon we've met in a while. You're not the first Harangon that's been part of the Held Breath.
Just get like a soup pot.
As a fun point of order, actually, when you are creating a Harangon, you can choose to be medium or small. Mike chose small. Azalea, this is the first small Harangon you've seen. The other ones are usually medium sized and look more like rabbits than bunnies.
Yeah, I'm 2 foot by 2 foot medicine ball. That's how I'm like. They don't make armor in chungus. They don't make round armor. Just give me like a cauldron. Punch out the arms holes, and I'll just wear the cauldron.
What's those crustless puff PB&Js?
Uncrustable.
Uncomfortable.
He's uncrustable. Like
I
a
mean,
supersized one.
we have friends who blacksmiths and the like. I'm sure we can get armor built specifically for you if that's what you want.
No.
They probably will slow you down. From what I've seen, you seem to use your speed to move to fight.
Yeah. Were we doing bomb stuff?
I think we should deal with the bombs. Wherever they are, we need to stop them from going off. Because just a piece of the one you had took off your arm.
Mm-hmm. Don't remind me.
I think you're going to be reminded very frequently just by looking in the mirror.
Every
I
time you
know,
try to
it's-
scratch your butt.
This is driving me nuts. It's itching.
Probably shouldn't scratch that.
You see, like, the muscles tensing in effort not to, like, reach up and scratch this.
Get you
He's
some
just
aloe
like-
vera.
Can I look over it? Like, do I notice this kind of like stain?
Mm-hmm.
That seems to
Unless
have grown since the
unless
last time I seen
Pierce,
it.
you're trying to hide it.
Yeah, I mean,
No, not really. I'm just like, just
I would say as he went to scratch it, you would see it grow up his neck. On the side there.
Interesting. Yeah, I'd like to investigate that. Can I? I don't know if it'd be like. I mean, I feel like I think pillow pops are like. They feel magical in some way, like an Arcana check or medicine check. I want to make sure that this thing isn't gonna.
I would allow an
slowly
Arcana
kill
or a
this.
medicine.
come analyze my fungus infection, doctor.
I'll go medicine.
Okay.
A 19.
A 19 is pretty impressive.
Yeah.
You're not too familiar with piddle pops, but you do know anatomy decently well. This is actually pretty alarming. The nature of its spreading feels magical. The flesh does not look healthy. The flesh that is affected, it's giving mummification, or like early stages of mummification, like that like dry raisioning.
Well, okay, I think as I expect it, it's kind of. I'm probably less expecting the actual, like, area where the arm once was, but more that like the area where the thing is spreading to, and seeing like the signs of it spreading. And I'll turn to Pierce and say, "This is definitely magical in nature, and it's not looking good. The closest I can describe this to is mummification of some kind."
That's great. That's
Someone someone steps up next to you guys. It is a shard mind entity, a roughly bipedal shaped floating crystal amalgamation, and it gently. I am to understand that you had a friend outside. He is actively trying to make his way in, and he seems quite concerned of your well-beings.
We should
I can-
meet up with him. Thank
we
you.
would prefer a silent and quiet resolution, but we're not. If we need to detain him, we will.
No, that shouldn't be necessary. I've started scratching my wound again.
Oh no.
No, it won't be. We'll go talk to him. It's fine.
Bat pierced his hand away, like a parent that smacked his hand away.
I can't. It fucking sucks. It's so bad. I don't know what. I just
We can have Atticus.
You
in
don't
there. We
you
can-
don't
let's go and have
scratch
Atticus.
poison ivy. Why would you be scratching at some purple stuff?
I
party is-
don't know what this stuff is.
Well, clearly scratching it's making it spread. So don't go wash your
Come
hand.
on.
You go wash your
I
hand.
see a correlation between me scratching it and it growing.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, Beth literally said when you scratch it, it goes up your neck and like stop.
No.
Go wash your hand. How do I know that hand's clean?
Where am I supposed to wash it? In the fountain?
Yeah,
You
I
want to
don't know.
contaminate this beautiful
The
fountain?
fountain.
I don't have soap.
I'm gonna go cast precipitation on.
Yeah,
Pierce.
My arm is gone, and I'm...
you hit him with the Presti, and you feel that layer of grime, Pierce, that has been because you've been in a fight, you've been running around, you haven't been sleeping too well because trauma, and that layer of grease and grime just dissipates.
This is the cleanest my skin has looked in
Me.
maybe 3 years.
You two, have you not shut? Okay. I'll do.
No,
I'll cast another one.
I
I'll just-
bathed, but I'm out. Oh.
You just see fluff, just immediate, the purest silver gray fluff just pooped out.
He goes full orb in this moment.
Oh, this is good. I'm ready to
Let's
go whenever
find
you are.
Atticus. Let's go to Atticus.
Yeah,
before
you guys step outside that safe wall and into the city. You're still in that kind of seemingly abandoned room where Atticus has set up. And you hear as you open the door, "I swear I'll do it. Oh, good."
What am I seeing?
He's unpacking. He's unpacking a lot of wires, and he's packing them back up.
No. There you go.
He's just looking up and goes, "You guys were in there for a long time, okay? I was getting concerned. I don't know how to get back to the last star."
Okay. Rule number 1. Subtlety is always key. Especially here.
Holds up his
Don't blow up.
old man
this-
hands. "I have this," and then he goes, "My boy," and he's gonna move forward and go, "What's wrong with you?" Oh, okay. It's getting worse. If no one's noticed, he starts just like,
Everyone's noticed.
"Oh,
but
okay, my
it's-
apologies. Okay, well, I've got schemes."
Start scratching it again.
Stop it!
Is this your doctor?
Anyway, looks at all the non-credentials and all the money he made and goes, "Well, anyway."
Your guys' relationship, what is this?
He pulls out a really do you know like an ice
Like a
has
drill?
anyone here
Ice
been,
drill?
yeah,
Oh.
has anyone been ice fishing?
No.
No, but
So
I know exactly
you get
what
a
you're talking
real
about.
big crank and you and it screws itself down into feet of ice, and he looks up and goes, "I've got schemes."
Is he gonna lobotomize you?
No. We are going to return this man's hands to himself. Points
Where's
a
that-
look at Azalea's hands, who recently detached and puppeted people and then reattached, and he goes, "Not like that, though."
I
Where's
don't
that
think many
drill
people can do it
going?
like I do.
"It's going into the socket," but not yet. Come on.
I just turn and look at Azalea and Puff and just like, I don't say anything, but the eyes say it all. It is just a deep dread and plead of, God, help me.
This is your
there just
doctor. You
shrugs?
figure it out.
Zilla just shrugs like,
he's-
I don't know how you do it in your world.
Not my doctor. This is not normal.
You guys were making vodka. I assumed you guys were cool.
God. I guess I follow Atticus and pray, which is the
Yeah,
first time
probably.
that Pierce has ever done that.
Wherever we end up putting our head down for a few hours, I should be a couple of hours of that time that I need. But I've got a solution, and most importantly, I bought loading stones. And he holds up 2 magnetic rocks, and they clack together. And he goes, ha.
Oh, yeah, they are
Was he
just
like
magnets.
this before the explosion went off?
I'm right here.
Were you like this before the explosion?
Yes, I've
Okay.
always been like this, and also I'm, in a weird way, I've always been. No time for that. Come on.
What does that mean? I'm gonna just stand by you.
I think a few of the inhibitions that he may have had before have been forgotten. I don't know.
Where are we going? Let's go bombs. Bombs?
Yes. I kind of watching Atticus and Pierce interact. I think I divert my attention, especially after Puff mentions the bombs, to start thinking about that. I'm going to cast Locate Object.
Oh, on?
Piddle Poppers. I don't need
Right
to have
next
it
to
on
you.
me. I just need to know. I just need to know the name of it. It will tell me this. I'll sense a direction to the object's location if the object is within 1,000 feet of me.
Okay.
And it lasts for 10 minutes. I can just hold into concentration as I move.
Okay. Do you want, because it's 1,000 feet, may I recommend heading back to where you last
Yes.
saw the pill pops at the at the last star, and then popping it?
Yeah.
That means we're traveling. Everyone roll a d100.
He's always going out for fucking Max. You got this. 54.
13.
He's gonna get like 100.
70, even. Not as bad as it could have been, but
Not as bad as
that's
last.
still not as bad as last time.
This
It's
is
hard
just
to
the
beat
first
last time.
D100. Then he's gonna have you roll the second one.
Azalea,
I'm gonna kill you guys by accident.
roll me a d4.
A 1.
A 1. Okay. You guys are in kind of a slightly abandoned area. And by happenstance, you took a slightly differing route back, one of the many routes you know how to get back to the main core of Rillis. This particular route, you actually stumble across a dead adventurer. And you find
Cool.
1 potion on the corpse.
I will kind of pull them out of the way of like the path, lead them up against the wall. Can I tell how they died? I'm gonna look them over.
Yeah, make a investigation check. Or perception.
Oh, I would love to do perception instead.
Yeah, if you want to look them over, yeah, for sure.
15.
15. This individual likely was one of the random victims of the Sovereign. And you can tell that by the way their nervous system has been removed.
Very
All the
with a lot of respect. You see Zilek close their eyes, kind of set their hands on their laps as they rest them up against the wall. And I will take the potion,
Okay.
but is there any sign of who this person was? Like, I don't know if there's like IDs, if that's a thing here.
You can search the body, and this is when you would find the potion. I think you would find a key. Let's see. and a pay stub for a hat. This individual does have kind of a dope hat.
I want the hat.
You want the hat?
It's nice.
It's somewhere between a top hat and a tricorn. I'll let you decide, kind of in that area, how this hat looks as you put it to the party loot. as you take this hat, you go over to the corpse and you grab the hat.
Can I have the hat, Azalea? Do you want the hat? Pierce, do you want the hat? You had a rough day. You could have a hat if you want a hat.
I don't think a hat's gonna help with anything close.
You could put it
to
on your nub.
What I went through today.
Like a coat rack? Like a coat rack?
I don't know. There's no rules to wearing a hat.
It's fair.
I'm good. You want the hat, you take the hat.
What does it smell like?
Pipeweed. And blood.
I just looked at Azalea. Yeah. Do you want the hat?
No, I don't want the hat. I planned on returning the belongings and letting the family know what happened to someone I'm sure they're going to miss, but if you want the hat, go ahead.
It's just like there's a little spin and puts it on his like, so you just see hat and then just big old ears.
You take the hat and you put it on, and right before you put it on, your vision seems to be pulled into that like darkness of the hat for a second, and you relive the horrific. Well, I'm not gonna say you relive it. You witness first hand, without the pain, of this individual's last moments. As they're running, as they've been tortured psychologically, and their vision has been altered, as they've been fleeing through this maze of a city, and every now and then visions of pitfalls or bridges where there's actually a pitfall, or just horrific moments, and then ever this insane laughter. But it's always distant, and then you feel but don't feel the pain of all of your nerves around your entire body being possessed and then forcibly torn from your body. That includes the spine, that includes the brain, and all the little bits in between. It's a flash moment where it's just bing, and it hits you, and then you're back.
You just see like the literal like that animal thing where like they're like the electricity goes up their fur.
What happened?
What's wrong? Do you not want the hat?
I look at the hat. And I still try to put it on.
Yeah, you put it on and it doesn't happen again.
And then I just explain what I just experienced at the party. I looked into the hat and then I watched this guy die. And I lived it. It was awful.
Does that mean, okay, is that normal, or does that
No.
imply to us that the hat is
What's
special?
normal when
Okay,
you get teleported into this place, really?
It is not normal.
That's actually the most sound thing I think I've heard him say this entire time.
But I got a hat, so it's win. Bomb stuff. It's just so uncomfortable.
Bomb stuff. I would take the hat. Was it pay ticket you said it was?
Pay stub, yeah, like a little
Pay
receipt.
stub. And I think I'll take the key as well.
Okay.
And I think under my breath, as I step away from them, I just mutter a prayer. in probably what language do I do? I know probably in Abyssal. I think
Ooh.
is probably the closest.
That's just like reading it.
Yeah, but it's just honestly just as they died on Woman Oed, may they return to Woman Oed in peace. And then they'll step away and continue leading the way.
Okay. We arrive at the Lone Star. You guys step around the corner in the streetway, and you can see there's. It's been a few hours since you've been here, and while there's still some people kind of watching and slowing down, if you will, causing traffic and looking at some of the detonative residuals, if you will, the leftovers. It looks like they're already trying to clean the place up, and they're still open.
That's good work ethic.
If all of you need to grab some food or rest, please do. But we are going to have our hands full. So.
I want to check in
No.
on Lady Kathleen if she's still here, because kind of just left her.
No, good call.
Yes. All right. Party moves forward into the space. You step into the tavern, and it may be a little forced, but there's music. That is the wrong song. There we go. Still, I would say it's actually much less packed than it was, even though it's a festival day. And you can see Lucas, correct? I believe.
Yep.
You can see Lucas moving about. He's soot stained, but he's trucking. And he sees you guys out of the corner of his eye, and doesn't walk over. Gives you guys kind of a head nod and greeting, but kind of pretends not to know you guys for now. And after a little while of being in the space, one of the waiters steps over and goes, "Hey, how's it going? Can I take your order? Lady Kathleen would like to see you upstairs."
Yes, I would love some stew. I'm probably going to head upstairs to my room, so if you could send it up there, that'd be wonderful.
Absolutely. And for the rest of y'all?
Honey.
Honey.
Just honey. Just jars of it. Or whatever the jam thing was that we had earlier.
I can do 1 jar.
Why are you rationing those out?
Because there's a lot of people here, and we got to make our butter.
And
People only come here for the butter, man. The honey butter goes hard. It's whipped. It's delicious.
I can't just eat honey butter. That would be ridiculous.
We have more honey butter than we have honey. It's festival day. We've done a lot of prep.
Just send up bread and honey butter, I guess.
Okay.
And 1 jar of honey.
And and 1 jar of honey. He goes, all right. And he looks over at Pearson. You see him take the minusculest, tiniest lean away. Like someone would be if they saw someone who maybe, had COVID.
No, it's
but didn't want to.
cool, like, I get it. Yeah. Do you guys still have some of that drink that I gave your boss? The clear one that looks like water?
Yeah.
Yeah, just give me a bottle of that,
Okay.
please.
All right, excellent. All right, and he's gonna step outside, or he's gonna step away. And whenever you guys are ready, you head on up.
Yep.
Excellent.
Yeah.
I groan as I stand up.
It's all right, buddy. We're gonna have you shipshape. The thing, as you guys are walking up the stairs, the thing is, clearly you have a strange arcane affliction on top of whatever's medical here now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to build a thing that will harness it, keep it away from you, keep you healthy, but use you essentially use it as the resource, which makes you the resource. But you'll be fine. It will siphon this pseudo mummification.
Okay. I think I get what you mean.
It gives you a thumbs up,
It's like
and please
sucking,
don't. Please,
sucking snake venom out of a wound, or
I know I'm giving off mad scientist right now.
a little bit.
Right now? Sorry. My bad.
And hey, maybe I am, but doesn't mean you can't trust me, right? You saved my life. I multiple times now, and
I can trust you. I know I can. It's just, this seems like, I don't know, this is science we haven't worked with before.
science you haven't worked with before. I don't know the piddle pops, but I have done stuff like this before. It will be.
Okay.
It'll be as much your shield as your sword, I think. Also, I think we call them zip lines. I'm gonna do some zip line stuff. It's gonna be dope.
Okay.
What in the Bioshock?
What's the? It's not a zip
What
line.
in the Winter Soldier?
What's the? Where you shoot it and then it pulls you towards
Grappling
it.
hook.
Grappling hook. Thank you.
It was like zip line.
I'm stuck on zip line.
It's gonna be
Gonna have
dope.
cords. Just gonna have cords for a stump.
Come get me when you're ready. I'll be getting set up in our room.
Okay.
You guys are sharing a room?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it's kind of just 2 cots in a corner, and the rest of it's the lab.
That's fair.
Or it was the lab before we had to haul ass.
I'm not helping you clean that up.
I know.
So it turns out Lady Kathleen now basically runs this place. As you guys step into the nicest room, well, the nicest room got detonated. The second nicest room,
Sorry.
where Lady Kathleen is sitting and doing some writing, and she looks much more herself. And much more comfortable than you would think, given the circumstances. And she looks up and goes, "Excellent, you've returned. I hope all went well."
To the others, it depends what they think went well means.
I just look at both of them like, what? I don't know. He's missing a limb.
I look slowly down at my nub, and then slowly back up at Lady Kathleen.
I'm sure
like-
Atticus can handle that.
They're not dead. My
What is
friend was able
with-
to fix the most severe parts of their injuries. So yes, I suppose it went well.
Well, I have accrued some health potions, and I have accrued this, and she pulls out a bag of holding.
By the way, what level of health potion did I find on that person?
Oh, you don't know what the potion is. It's not a health
Oh, I just
potion.
found a potion.
Yes, it is a green kind of frosted glass bottle, with what appears to be water in it.
Can I sniff it?
Yeah, if you want. You'll have to be getting like in Azalea's like. You're gonna stick your face in his backpack.
Literally just like,
What are you doing?
what is it? I want to know what it is.
You can just ask me.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, here you go. I'll pull it out and pop open the cork to let them.
You just see Puff's little bunny nose get like real close, just go like do the little bunny's like little like mouth thing, just like sniffing it. Is there anything I can perceive from it?
Just off of a sniff check? Or would you like to make a perception, investigation, arcana,
It would be
medicine?
Be like a investigation because I have leporine senses, which is proficiency in perception. So it's trying to just deduce based off of like what I know from just general like potion stuff and what I've used would be like what the general intended, like if it smells similar to something I've potentially used before.
Okay. Mint. There's a strong
It's mouthwash.
It is kind of mouthwashy.
You beat me by 1 second.
that hairline trigger. Puns.
Bun puns.
You're welcome, and I'm sorry. Anyway. I got nothing, Azalea. Drink it or don't. It's yours. So I'm gonna go sit over here and eat my bread.
Drinking it. No. We'll have someone investigate what exactly this is. But I'll turn back to Lady Kathleen. But I see you've made yourself comfortable and at home here.
Yes. We haven't heard back from Cameron yet.
Where
But
did he go?
I sent him looking for a future base of operations.
Oh yeah.
Lucas has been most kind. He quickly ferreted me away. There is another floor above where he lives personally. And I was able to hide up there for some time. And of course, if anyone came in to look around, which they did, I was able to hide myself. I was able to cloak myself. Which really took a lot of the fear out of things. I'm feeling much more myself.
That's good to hear.
Cameron is looking for a future base of operations, and I'm not worried yet that he hasn't returned. It's only been a few hours. I expect him to either be back by tonight or on the morrow.
Well, we might run into him. If we do, we'll let you know. But from what Peter told me, there are other explosive mushrooms around the city, a whole cart full of them. So
I followed up on that, actually, and she's going to pull a piece of paper and put it on the table and slide it across and look so pleased with herself. Look so satisfied. They're actually not a bomb. They are a part of the parade through this spiral highway, the multiple spiral highways. If they're used in a specific way, they will give a beautiful fire effect. And seemingly, it's in hand. I haven't done any boots on the ground investigation yet, but from what I understand, they're currently being held in a very protected location by the Krite family? Krite family, no? Where's my... Yeah, Krite family, thank you. Lady Vivian Krite. She pulls out a potion and says, I managed to do some scrying, which I've never done before, and there were certain places I wasn't able to get into due to various magical protections, but I do believe it is not, in fact, a bomb.
How did you scry?
Gestures the empty potion bottle. I will say, this place has many potions.
Yes.
Quite an alchemical people. And she smiles. It's frankly impressive.
We've made do with what we could. We have at hand. It's kind of forced us to.
There is much more ease of access to arcane serums than I've ever seen back home. Indeed, this place seems to be brimming with magical artifacts left and right, it feels like. Is the music too loud?
No, sounds fine for me.
Okay, big bet.
Okay, well, if it's not a bomb, that's a relief and actually one thing off our list.
I also went ahead and gathered some rumors. Supposedly, there's a, quote, new speedster in town? Looks too puff.
Puff's just eating bread, not paying attention.
From what I've heard, and this is news to you, Azalea, speedsters are not unheard of, but they tend to be very secretive. And so ripples are being made that there's a new speedster in town, and there's a bit of intrigue around it. Also, supposedly, some death cult has fractured?
Puff hears that and clinks his little hands together. Ding, 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 ding.
Yes, we
Yeah.
ran into some of them while we're heading to my friend.
Well, whatever you did, it had farther reach or impact than I think you might have initially thought. And hey, any fracturing for a cult that's known as a death cult, that's a win in my book. They're named the Sheer.
Okay, well, keep an eye out for any stragglers there.
And finally, last bit of information, I've been very busy, is that there is a party tonight during the parade at an inn called the Felware Fair.
We gotta go there. There's your bunny.
Oh. Supposedly a opposing nobility faction is throwing a party to kind of make a point of not attending the festivities, maybe? That's all I've got. She sits back.
So you haven't heard anything about what potential tyrant is going to be having a speech today? I've heard one of them, but I'm not sure who.
No, I'm afraid I've told you all I know.
It's fine. It's more than we had before. Thank you.
Of course.
It's actually very useful.
There's a knock at the door, and everyone's food and or vodka is brought in.
Lady Kathleen, you want some toast?
Sure. I'll have some toast.
You just like plop up next to the desk and just like put the bread.
Thank you. Eats toast.
I think Pierce would like be kind of pacing back and forth with the bottle in his hand, just kind of like looking stumped. Oh my god! Oh my
Buns!
fucking
Let's
god!
go! Only half
That wasn't even
stumped.
intentional. Golly!
It's spreading.
It is spreading.
You're welcome. Welcome to dad jokes.
Oh boy, I'm not even a father, and you got me. I think he would just be looking really perplexed and trying to figure out where his math went so incredibly wrong. I think like he'd like come up to the desk and be like, "So, were you able to figure out like in what way they prepped the piddle pops to make
No.
them not as dangerous?
I'm afraid the majority of what I did was just move through a crowd while scrying and listen for hours. And this was the only bits of information I was able to pick up. Many of the official buildings around here are guarded in some way, shape, or form, and I was not able to scry on them. But, I mean, for the risking of poisoning myself, I've gone through 7 of these.
You should probably slow down.
I've had water. And now toast.
And now I'm having bread.
yeah, and now toast. She does actually, as she says this, like, take another bite of the toast and try to hide the fact that she starts, like, really realizing how hungry she is.
You need to carb up.
So what about you, my handsome adventurers? Tell all.
Well, Pierce was petrified,
Oh.
and then my friend reshaped their arm, did the same to Atticus to fix their broken rib.
And then he lit his thing on fire. Tell her about that. That was why. And then Buff realizes it. I mean, somebody lit the thing on fire. There was a fire that happened. I think I was sleeping. It was a dream, is what that was.
We ran into a death cult.
Yeah, that's what it
With
was.
them for a while.
Right.
Cheer.
I think we might have fought their leader, which is the result of the fracturing of that cult.
Goodness.
But we came out of it, thankfully, alive. We know some of them scattered, so there's definitely still some stragglers around, so we're going to be keeping an eye out just in case they come for revenge. Then we got some rest at my place for a bit. I think getting petrified took a lot out of Pierce, understandably, and losing an arm probably did a lot of that too. And then we returned, especially after I learned that there were poppers everywhere. I was worried that there was going to be more of a terrorist attack than a show put on with these explosive mushrooms.
I understand that fear. It's the conclusion I came to at first as well. But hopefully this saves you a bit of time.
Yes, I honestly think it might be good because now we can deal with 2 birds with 1 stone, I believe is a saying from your realm. We can find the Harangon, and we can also figure out exactly what these houses are doing. I would have thought that they wanted to celebrate the parade alongside the rest of the people.
There must be more
Especially since
serious.
I believe House Crichton is the one funding this festival.
Yes, and sorry, the party is by Carta. My apologies.
Okay.
Krite is running the festival. Carta is also welcome in, Raiders. Hello, Catatonic. I hope you're doing good, Cat.
Whoa.
Good
Hello.
vibes all around. Thank you. We're getting a
that
little
case-
bit. Oh, good.
Oh, no, go ahead.
No, please.
Okay. I think in that case, he would say, instead of that, he'll say, I will be honest, I don't think it's going to bode well for House Carter to avoid this celebration.
It feels... If the nobility are anything like the nobility I'm familiar with, it feels like an intended slight, kind of like a... Everyone's on the guest list except Krite. Feels like a snub,
Yeah.
and it feels pretty bold as well.
Yes, I will be quite frank, it probably is a slight to House Krites, but I'm thinking more of will the Tyrants consider this a slight against them? Or more specifically, the Spectre. This is meant to be a celebration of the Spectre after all.
I don't know.
Well, at the very least, we can see this Harangon is a family member of yours, Puff. if you like.
Yeah.
If you're going to a noble party, you need to be dressed correctly.
Do you like my hat?
I love your hat. Azalea, I'm sure you're fine. The 2 of you, though, we need to put up into some nicer attire. No, don't take offense. This is how you manage to get through the door. Unless you would like to sneak your way in.
No, I think that'd be less good.
I'm
but
pretty sneaky.
I'm not.
That's fair.
Missing an arm.
Yes,
One
let's
arm
get that
butler.
sorted first.
We'll clean up.
I'll find some clothes for you.
You just pin the sleeve up.
I could.
I can't imagine that everybody there is gonna have all of their limbs. Think
I mean,
about
I
where
feel
we
like the
live.
majority of people would have their limbs.
You don't know that. I'm just trying to make him feel better. We don't know
Zayla
that.
probably just goes, no, people lose limbs fairly frequently.
Yeah,
If all you lose is a limb, you're lucky.
Okay. All right. If I don't see at least one amputee at this party,
Wait,
I will
What
be
about-
a little angry.
what about Atticus's thingy that he wanted to do for you? Is that gonna arm?
I guess. I mean, I don't know if we have time to. Do we have time to Atticus? What time is the party? Do we need to be anywhere else?
I imagine the party is already begun and will go through the night. So,
Fashionably late.
you could get some rest. Or in your case, undergo surgery.
This whole day
And
has
head
just
out
been
from there.
surgery after surgery after treatment after.
I'll be there to hold your hand. The one that you currently have. Also to make sure Atticus doesn't try any weird shit.
Folks, in case that went over your head, that was a joke at the expense of Pierce, because if you didn't realize, he's currently an amputee and he no longer has a left hand.
We might get you another one. I don't know what he's gonna get up to, but hey, the other thing is he might try to do that. I don't know. He seems weird.
The weir lights ominously, briefly dim, and then come back.
That's gotta be Atticus.
I'm gonna go check and see if he's gonna blow up the room again. Yeah, and I just walk out of the room chugging everything in the vodka bottle that I can.
Yeah, as you do, you feel the itch. Sorry. There's a mustache hair went a little rogue on me.
I know that feeling.
Goodness gracious.
Couldn't imagine.
You head to the other room, and you can hear some humming. And as you step through the door into the room, he's got goggles down, and he looks at you and goes, "I'm just about ready." There's a table. The room has been sanitized and set up, and you can see the arm that he's constructing on the next table over. It is a metal, kind of gunmetal, kind of gray black. It doesn't have any shine to it. Kind of that like matte appearance, and it's multiple like flanged plates that, as you watch, all kind of move into place and kind of Iron Man style, like does the shift of mechanical nature. But you can see the grappling hook attachment. You can see a couple of other gas chamber intakes and stuff like that, as well as just a couple of pieces you don't understand. This is a high level artificer, and the thing that keeps your attention though is the massive screw that looks like it's been built to drill into your socket.
I finish chugging whatever's in the bottle, and I'll just pull down my goggles and reach into like my bag for like a spare shirt or rag or something.
The goggles come up. You brave soldier. This will put you under.
Oh. It's just that you never implied before that.
I'm sorry. I'm really sorry.
Well, yeah, no, I'll take that. That sounds great.
Yeah,
That doesn't-
absolutely.
Yeah, okay. All right, yeah. No, that's much better actually. That's
All right, make sure you lay down first.
okay, all right. And I kind of just like lean and go to put my hands on my knees, and I miss the left one because there's no hand there anymore.
Oh,
I'm
and he's gonna
"Ah,
move forward and then step back. Doesn't know if he should help or doesn't want to be rude or mean or inconsiderate.
I'm good. I'm good.
He's on the back foot now.
Ooh, and yeah, no. Pierce was scared. there's like a lot that doesn't shake him. Like in general, but it's kind of just been back to back to back to back to back horrors since he came to Womanoid, and he was kind of just ready to be like, well, shit, here comes another one. Guess I'm not avoiding it. And then there was a way out, and he's just kind of thankful for that. So he'll lay down, take the goggles off again, and just take the potion and
All right, let's begin. He starts, now that you're starting to fade, he starts laying out all the knives and he starts laying out all the stuff and he goes back to you because, you know, he's trying not to freak you out. But out comes the tools. And then you're out.
ah, boy.
Puff.
Just sitting in the corner.
Oh, okay, you're here too. I forgot you were gonna go help him.
It's like, I'm gonna make
Dinner
sure he
and a
doesn't
show.
He like pauses
make
and,
sure that he's not gonna do anything, and then he just pulls out all these tools, and I was like,
and he pauses. And keeps going. And yeah, you watch him go to work. It's visceral.
yeah.
Sure is something.
Yeah, it's I'm gonna make an Arcana check, and then I'm going to make my tools check. Well, sorry, I'm gonna make first a medicine check, then an Arcana check, and then I am going to make a tools check. Okay, I'm rolling at advantage. That is a 22 for the medicine check, as you are carefully opened up, and the drill, that kind of ice crank, has been taken apart and the arm has been built around it. So you watch as he reattaches the crank and he actually has to have you help him kind of hold Pierce's body up, which is kind of heavy. Pierce kind of stacked, low key, and
I'm
you
strong.
You watch as the drill roots into the socket, and then you watch as he starts what's the word I'm looking for? Re-wounding, and then taking the tendons, ligaments, and nerves even. And you watch as with a 20 plus medicine check begin expertly attaching. Now for the anchor. Oh boy.
Can I give him the help action?
You may.
Yeah.
But I was
Yeah, but-
already rolling at advantage.
Oh, okay.
Something goes sideways. And you watch as he goes, oh boy. And
What do you want? Oh boy, what?
and,
You need, why do we fix this?
hold your breath. And he's gonna cover the nose and mouth of Pierce as he also, actually, he indicates for you to do so as he holds his breath and then quickly starts getting to work as two of the tubes of the gases of the various gas chambers accidentally intermingle, and there's a bit of an accident.
Just cover Pierce's face
Yep.
with one of my ears and my mouth with my ear.
If this is poison damage, it's so funny. Because Pierce is immune to poison damage. I don't
Really?
think it is, though. Yep.
Okay. 18 on the next Arcana check. So, he succeeds in remedying the situation and then going even further as to activate the arcane anchor within it. And Puff, as you finally get some breath back, you untunnel vision, and you watch as the arm seems to come online, if you will. It wakes up a bit, and you see the various plates shift, a little bit of steam out over the shoulder, and then that's it, just a sudden and all of that pinkish lavender stain recedes completely into the arm. And then
Okay.
it seems to take that as an energy source.
Not gonna lie, Atticus, that's pretty fancy.
Thanks!
Don't ever touch any of my limbs.
What about your ears? I'm
No,
kidding.
I will let that slide considering you flew out of a window earlier today.
I forgot about that. Maybe I'm concussed.
We did. He only fixed your ribs.
Anyway.
You were petrified. A warning, Atticus.
Oh, sorry. I'm not.
Just wiping blood out of his
I'm
fur.
gonna say, we'll just...
Celia just prestidigitated me. I was clean.
You just pressed the digivolved me.
I just learned bounce. All right, now we have our final tools check, where he starts tightening it, and you watch as it constricts into the same size of his other arm. And at this point in time, he's going to spend some time and do last minute augmentations. Pierce, how would you like this arm to look?
So essentially, how it comes out is this, for most of it, the upper shoulder to the elbow is a normal looking arm, the matte black gray. When it gets to the forearm, you see a round cylinder, almost like Hellboy's Hand of Doom.
Okay.
So from like the forearm down, and then it's kind of like a normal, maybe like a 4-fingered hand after that.
Okay.
So it's like the Hellboy 2, the grappling gauntlet.
Yes.
Amazing.
Love that.
That's cool.
And there's another element to it that you guys will see later if potentially stuff happens, but I don't want to spoil it yet.
Oh, we got stretch redeem.
Pfeffer knows what I'm talking about. I've been done
and you
stretched.
can change whatever aesthetic you want. Like we can say that once it's attuned to you, at that point, it changes in reaction to your not needs, but maybe your psyche.
Sick.
All right. I don't know how to wake him up.
I do. Here, eat this bread.
Oh, thanks. Crunch, crunch, crunch,
Atticus
crunch.
is like, I'm like, you need to make sure that you haven't eaten either all day. So I need to make sure you're eating. And then
It's only been
Puffs-
one day.
What do you what?
No, I am concussed. You know what? I'm gonna go lie down.
You need to go lay down. I'll
Oh, wait, no, you're not supposed to sleep when you're
operate on my
concussed.
body.
yeah, go hang out with Lady Kathleen.
Okay.
Explain to Lady Kathleen that you were concussed, please. That
Okay.
you need to be watched by somebody.
I mean, you're right. And he walks away.
And I will. Let me see. What do we got?
Yeah, Puff, as an aside, you are alone in this room. Aside from Pierce's sleeping body.
I'm gonna like kind of inspect. Can I do like an investigation check on the like where it was getting sucked out, just to see like how's the petrification doing? Like all of the purple in the petrification now just gone and he's back to flesh?
You lean in and take a hard gander. And you kind of even so bold as to like poke at it, you know, and like kind of lift it and kind of try to, you know, mess with it a little bit to kind of see how it does. It's all very beyond you, but it looks good. It looks healthy. Atticus would have explained to Pierce and Puff as we started that all of this, just to retcon a little bit, all of this is because of Pierce's more mutated form. I don't think this is a normal thing to happen if it were to happen to somebody else. And with that in mind, I was able to craft I don't know if I would call it an anchor, but I don't know what I would call it. It holds it.
Okay.
It uses it as fuel. The affliction.
So, is it based on your knowledge? And I got none, so I'll just have to take your word for it again. If he loses this arm, you know,
The affliction would return.
Okay, so the infliction is just a permanent, never-ending cycle. The arm's just gonna consistently use it as fuel instead of infecting more of him.
To do dope shit. And then he's out. Then we move forward from there. Jump forward.
Now give me that bread.
Yeah,
Here's a loaf.
The crunching.
Lady Kathleen has the honey butter. Go get food. And Puff's gonna just like look around the room and then like grab a blanket and then like drape it over, like kind of like makeshift tuck Pierce in, and then just sit on a stool and just hold his hand. It's like his actual hand, and just wait. He's not gonna do anything. He's just gonna wait.
All right, let's cut over to Azalea.
Why did that actually get me?
Oh.
Azalea would never fucking do that. Get up, be a man.
He had a rough day. He got pissed off. He got his arm ripped off.
It didn't
he
wake
almost
him
got
up.
murdered by death cold. He got petrified and then unpetrified.
Back in on the job again, I see.
It's very funny because Azalea is very much not a man. But I think Azalea will be preparing for the party, the event that Carter is holding. So probably like I don't think he's getting off his armor because I think his armor is rather, just since he doesn't wear it too often, it is rather proper anyway. But I think he does like replace his cloak. His cloak has definitely been like tattered, so he's got a new cloak. Same like kind of same kind of maroon red draped up his shoulders. I think he prestidigitates himself pretty frequently, so doesn't need to, but he does a little quick freshen up. And I think he's just downstairs in the last star proper tavern part of it, eating and waiting for the rest of the party to join him downstairs.
Okay. Do you want to make? Well, do you want to pull the trigger on a Weirwalker? Maybe that would be more of the farmer and distillery peoples, but like,
yeah, I would, because I did say that I knew a Weirwalker. So yeah, I would see if I can get into contact, if there's any way for me to contact anyone at the held breath. Sorry.
Okay.
To be like, get him an update of the think the chat had with Senior Isik about the vodka and potato kind of transport. Seems like the held breath can be involved in that.
Okay.
And the fact that we need a Weirwalker. I'd give them an update.
Okay. What does putting the word out look like? It could be dropping a note somewhere. It could be talking to somebody, under your breath. It could be a couple of different things. So, I'm giving you free reign on that one.
I think you see Azalea kind of walk out of the tavern to just take a breather, taking some more fresh air, but as they kind of lean against the doorway, I think they, with one of their hands, kind of scratch a very faint symbol into the door frame of it, and I think it looks like, I think it looks like a very basic 6-point star with the top point of the star like fully scratched out, so you can still make out there's a 6 points, but it's scratched out with vertical,
cool,
with horizontal lines.
I like that.
And
that's really cool.
It's just like a symbol that at the most part is unrelated to the held breath, but the held breath know that it means that these people are friends of the held breath.
Just a quick beat here to kind of just that was really here's the image, but here's how it's distorted. That's like premium. You're so good at this game, bro. Anyway,
but yeah, you just see that very subtle symbol scratched into the door frame on the outside of this tavern before. Putting another maybe 10 minutes out there to make it seem like he did truly come out here for a fresh breath of fresh air, and then we'll head back into the tavern.
Okay.
And take a seat.
Okay. Pierce, you wake up.
Oh, hey, buddy.
I think I look up. I see that Puff is the only one in the room, and I'm like, where's Atticus?
He's concussed, so I told him to go sit with Lady Kathleen and eat food because he hasn't eaten all day.
He was concussed.
I kept an eye on him. It went well. And then I'm like, because I draped the entire blanket over him. I'm like it's like one of those like I'm gonna pull the blanket off whenever you're ready, and you can look at what he did. It's kind of dope.
I was gonna say, like, when you said that, I think he just like instinctively just kind of face palms and then realizes that the touch is cold, and then he just kind of and sees it for the first time.
You do notably feel your face. Like sensory works.
Whoa.
Ding.
Oh.
Bing.
And then I I scooch back and I'm like, come on, stand up, stretch it out, see how it feels.
I'll stand up and give my arm a couple
And with enough motion built up, eventually there's like a brief steam exhaust over your shoulder, kind of.
and I'll kind of look at the cylinder, and I'll like kind of fidget with it, and Puff, you'll see it slide up my arm a little bit, and see this kind of empty looking storage space.
You could put bread in there. Road snack.
Yeah, there's a lot of things I could put in here. And I'll just kind of like flick my wrist, and you'll see that there's like a tiny little, I don't know what it's called, like a servo? I don't know. There's a tiny little thing inside, and it just will spin.
Like a one of those like what are they, gyro things where it's spinning like always? Like multiple
Little bit,
rings
yeah.
spinning around.
It's almost like a motor or a rotor or something, like, and it just like rotates. And I'll go, oh, you clever son of a bitch. Okay. Yeah, no. Thanks for watching out for me.
Yeah. And then I just like literally like full loaf as he looks down. I put bread, like an entire loaf of bread to his mouth. I'm like, you need to eat. You need to eat. You haven't eaten all day. You can't just survive on vodka.
All right.
And I think that's where we're gonna
Cleaned
grab
up too.
our first break as the party gets ready for the party. We'll be right back. I did the full countdown that time. All right.
Yeah, from 100, it was crazy.
Yeah. Hey man, everyone's got tendencies. Everyone's got tendencies. Everyone's got isms. I don't know. Anyway, that was weird. I'm not a murderer, I swear.
I believed you until you said that.
Azalea.
That's just weird.
You're sitting there, catching your breath, chewing on everything you're kind of still ingesting all of the information. It's been a pretty packed day, and you feel the various cracks in plates around you. Not plates, but the various like golden, silver cracks that adorn your body kind of shift and heal, where when you almost got garroted earlier, instead it went to your mouth because you were able to tuck your chin in time, and almost Joker style, there was just shattering and breaking and re-knitting, and you feel that kind of that particular design slowly fade back into your normal shattering pattern.
I think I let out like a deep, just a long sigh, and as I do, it's almost like a silvery mist leaves my mouth as the last of the healing takes place. And again, in Abyssal, I just mutter a short thanks to Woman Ovid as that takes place.
Very good. We're grabbing our long rest now. Yes.
I don't need a long rest. I'm good.
I'm good, honestly, to just go. But if someone needs a long rest,
I'm good. I just need to get clean.
Sure.
Prestidigitation.
I would say Puff and Pierce at this time would come down the stairs, and the party would kind of group back up.
Can't just survive on vodka. You need to make sure you eat, and they're all yelling at you.
I turn to agree with Puff, and then I see the arm. Atticus's work.
Yep. It's actually pretty cool looking, and I'll say that gave like myself 5 minutes, and Puff like waited outside the room just to load things into the arm, and then I joined Puff and walked downstairs.
I don't think I've seen anything like that in Royal Outwards. I'm not sure if you want to flaunt that or keep that secret, but
I was thinking the same thing. If I have like an old dingy cloak, because that's kind of really the only kind of cloak I have.
Procure one, which would quickly be fussed over and replaced with a much nicer cloak by Lady Kathleen.
Just shows up with the blanket.
Okay, all right. Thank you.
No, it's trust me. Well, of course I don't know the fashions here in Woman Owed, but you cut much more of a dashing frame with this one.
are you going to be coming with?
Goodness no. Thank you for the offer, though.
Figured you got tail of this. Wasn't sure if you wanted to go or not, but honestly, it probably is best if you stay here.
I think it would be better if I stayed here. Though, if it's assuming everything goes smoothly, I'll be quite jealous.
I don't think it will, if I'm going to be honest.
Me neither.
Well, it's been going for a while now. We probably should get going before we lose track of the Harangon. Or, like I said, something goes wrong and we have to deal with that before then. Is everyone ready?
Yep.
Let's do it.
All right. The party heads out. Okay. Let me bop and bop and bop. The party moves into centerwards, heading upwards and upwards and upwards. The place things getting nicer and nicer, until you finally kind of move around a corner, and you see this beautiful multi-tiered estate that goes all the way to the ceiling, so it probably goes to other floors as well. Some music is playing, and you've certainly gone into more of the festive mood, and now you're kind of going into the quote-unquote upper crust, where everything's looking a lot nicer. There's a lot more guards, a lot more house guards moving about, and various what we're going to call starlings, these black with mottled light blue flowers are the primary adornment of this festivity. Whether it be flower crowns, whether it be bouquets kind of strung along windowsills and stuff like that. But as you kind of round that corner, all those festivities go away, and it looks like a normal upper class block as you step towards the Carta Estates.
I don't like to actually pluck one of these starlings.
Okay.
And I think like attach it to like the kind of lapel section of my cloak.
Okay. Okay. Alrighty. So you can see a couple of carriages have kind of come up and around the bend, and it kind of goes on a ways as people are stepping out and being assisted out of their carriages before stepping up to the front door, and their name is compared against a list, and they're either, in the cases you see here, they are allowed entry. You can see various balconies, and you know if you were to leave this block and approach this block from another direction, you'd find this building from a different angle, but this is very much the front. And you know, Azalea, that if you go up another floor, you'll probably get into the interim. that kind of weightless region between. That would be, so you would be in the very center of Rillis.
What's the game plan?
I think we're going to want to sneak in. My name is most certainly not on that list. I very much doubt yours are.
I could go check. That's dumb. Sorry.
Well, you're welcome to, but the two of you just arrived. I don't know if your names are going to be. And if they are, we should.
Lady Kathleen said my word was getting around that I'm a speedster. I didn't pay attention, but I can still see the transcript. I hear everything.
He scrolls back on his
Super Spark Notes.
Yeah.
Like, I don't gotta listen. I don't gotta look at you. I just gotta see it.
You're free to chat. I mean, on the off chance our names are on the list, I suppose that's easier.
What's the harm? Then just throw us out.
I think if we try to walk in without, we can sneak in. I think
Okay.
ultimately is the game plan. I'd rather us sneak in initially than try to enter through the front door and get kicked out, and then they up security. Making it harder for us to sneak in the second attempt.
Sound logic.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Do you think you can? I know Puff is sneaky, but Pierce, I'm not. Is sneaking your forte?
Let's get perception checks.
Kinda. I mean, I can. It's
21.
not typically what I try to do.
19.
15.
15.
Perception's +6. That's why I got 21.
Are we taking some time to kind of scope this building out? Because if we want to sneak in, we're going to come at it from different angles, kind of get some information, or are we kind of taking just this side of the building and going from there?
I think scoping.
Both
the
are
area
valid.
out-
Okay.
Yeah, I think scoping it out, but I also have a spell for that. For getting us in. But I do think, and at the very least, initially we're going to scope the place out because the spell won't be enough for us to get out, and that's the more important part. If we ever need to quickly escape. So yeah, I'll be scoping the area, but more for escape routes than really entrance routes because I can make my own.
Okay. Well, as far as escape routes go, logically, there's a lot of windows and balconies. You're looking at a 30 feet drop at the top, but you don't know what floors above might be available to you. You could also, this is one thing you guys would have to manually do aside from these perception checks, is if you wanted to go far away, get up into the interim and try to mosey and navigate those areas, that would be a bit of a different attempt. What you do find as far as entries though, aside from the front door, is you do find an open trapdoor, and a couple of windows on the bottom floor level. The trapdoor is open, and you can see people moving in and out with large supplies for the party. And you can see a couple of carts are wheeled up there, and it looks like a lot of the servants and staff are moving about in that space. And you can see a couple of overseers, 2 of them as well, kind of keeping an eye on this area and looking at sheets and comparing and giving orders and moving about the space. But if there's a trapdoor, that means it's possible you might be able to come at this building from under it, but you don't know what that would leave in store.
Saving this spell would be nice if that trapdoor does sound like a good way in.
It would seem like there's a lot of people, so we could get lost in the crowd.
Yeah, as long as we seem busy. And as long as we're bringing the goods into the house, I don't think we'll be asked too many questions.
Do those people look like they're wearing uniforms at all?
They do have some like badges that are like pinned to their shirt. And every now and then you do see the two overseers. They do have a ring on a thumb, and that seems to be of some kind of rank amongst the staff. But all the staff do have these kind of pins. Azalea, you have not really tussled with the aristocracy at all. So it's a little bit out of your wheelhouse, but it's safe to assume that there are certain protective magics of some kind within. You do know that it can't be scryed into.
Think, let's see if we can sneak in, maybe be, like you said, get lost amongst the crowd of workers here. They seem to have some kind of badges for identification. Do you think you can slip one off of some of them?
I could do that. Pop's gonna go kind of like not near where they're all unloading. I'm gonna go see if there's any that are like running like kind of late to helping, and see if anybody's like on the outskirts of the party enough to where it's like I can see them and identify the badge. And I'll stealth.
Okay, yeah, you kind of walk a little bit of ways. You kind of follow the cart, the cart line, not the wagon line, the cart line for the staff. And you do see, after a little bit of waiting, at the back of the line, someone who is just come on the back of this wagon, full of barrels. And they're quickly, urging their what looks like to you, almost like a large dog, but the size of a horse, and maybe a bit less stacked and a lot more like
lean.
Those like tall dogs that do racing.
Like a Great Dane.
Yeah, maybe the ones that are known for their racing, like they're dumb fast. They're very slick. Greyhounds, yeah. All right, yeah. Kind of a massive greyhound at the front. Also with the blinders, so it can only look forward.
Oh.
He's just got kind of the wall-eyed.
This is gonna sound stupid. Can I jump in the back of the car?
Roll stealth. Did you already roll stealth?
No, but for stealth, that is a 22.
22. With the gray flash puffball. It moves and kind of wedges in. At one point, you see the little feet kicking out from between the barrels before you're in.
Do I get like? I want to like when I'm back there. I just want to rummage around to see if there's, because again, I'm looking for anything that could potentially be used to try and sneak into the party. Is there anything that would?
You kind of start stealthily, kind of looking into these barrels, taking a sniff. Can't really see too much because you're wedged in amongst this kind of pyramid of barrels that are bound down and strapped down, and so you're just kind of like you're the narrowest you've ever been because you're all fluff. Well, you're not all fluff, but you know what I mean. Like this is you're almost amorphous as you
like a cat.
kind of move through this space.
Gelatinous ball.
Grapes. Many grapes, but not in like nicely packed bushels. They're thousands of grapes that have just been jammed into barrels, picked and peeled. And so you're like, what is this at first? And you realize it's just kind of mostly whole pressed skinned grapes. This kind of jelly mass in the barrels.
I don't understand how this is gonna help.
Well, it's going to be delivered into the building.
Okay.
You can predict that it would be delivered into the building.
these guys aren't gonna understand, and I just like dive into it, and then
You jelly in. You gotta get into the jelly.
yeah.
Okay.
Delicious grapes.
You got you use your floppy ears to make a kind of straw and get a little snorkel action going on. And it's not perfect, and frankly, you're very sticky. But you are immersed in almost these what are those called? The little gelatin balls, Orbeez.
Oh,
Yeah.
You're kind of in Orby slime. As the cart moves to the back of the line. Azalea and Pierce, Puff does not reappear.
Yeah.
I couldn't find anything.
The
check in with him.
I can't check in with him. I can't speak telepathically with anyone I'm not looking at.
Oh, we should have telepathically linked before that.
it's safe to say that you would have if you're capable of doing so.
Yes, but I think this is funnier.
Okay, I like it. No, I'm so here for that. I'm so here for that.
He sent me out for badges, and I jumped into a vat of grades.
Yeah, I thought it was gonna come back. I was like, yeah, just grab a badge from a worker. They're not gonna be anything difficult, right?
All right. Well, the two of you kind of under one of the weird light lamps. No more bunny.
Puff's gonna attempt to try and steal them if he gets inside.
Okay.
I think we can just try grabbing one ourselves, I guess.
Yes. Okay.
I can make one, and I'm gonna cast precipitation, minor creation. You can create a non-magical trinket or an illusory image that can fit in your hand. So I just make one that appears. It doesn't last very long. You see it
That's
disappear after like
Presti?
10 seconds. Yeah, prestidigitation is overpowered. It can make you smell new stuff. You can light or snuff out torches. You can clean stuff. You can, like I said, warm or chill stuff. You can flavor stuff. You can mark stuff. You can temporarily create stuff as long as it's just a small thing in your hand.
Cool. And it's a cantrip, so you can keep it up. You can keep doing it.
Yeah.
Excellent. So one apparates.
Huh.
Yeah, it doesn't last very long though. After like 20 seconds, it just disappears. We just need it long enough to walk through the doors.
Okay. Do you want to just
I'm
try
gonna
and
make
bullshit
one.
and
You're
say
gonna bullshit?
that I'm with you?
Okay, let's do this. And I'm gonna again cast precipitation to reapparate.
Yeah, you can definitely keep that up.
And I'll grab one of the barrels, put it onto my shoulder, and just walk towards the door that everyone else is walking towards.
I'll grab another barrel and specifically carry it in front of me, blocking my chest.
Nice.
So they can't see.
I'm not gonna say anything. I'm just gonna walk as if I'm like,
Yep.
been doing this for hours. I'm gonna keep doing this. You don't want to be held up.
Manual labor. Ugh.
Let's get performance checks from
I'm
the
great
two
at
of you.
these.
As the hairless elf, the overseer kind of looks your way as you approach.
Let's go. God damn.
23.
So performative. Much wow.
9.
Okay. Locks the badge and begins to dismiss when his look returns to Pierce. And the two of you walk on by as the elf kind of watches you for a moment. Just gonna make an insight check.
I would like, as I notice this, I would like to cast Hex on them, but because it's an enchantment spell, I do not need verbal or somatic. So as I walk past, I just look at them and I'm
Love
gonna
this.
cast Hex on their
Raise your
wisdom.
ya.
And that's a D6 diminish, correct?
No, they have disadvantage on all wisdom checks. Also saving throws, but wisdom checks is more important here because they're doing it inside.
It's nasty. I say, you there. You!
I attempt to ignore him at first and just keep walking because I'm doing my job.
The worst possible thing happens. He doesn't say anything, and you don't turn to look at what he's doing. And so you're left in suspense as the two of you continue to walk. Is he right behind you? Did he shrug it off? You have no idea. As you step down into this lower tress, and you look around, and it is in fact a very large storage area. It's very large, actually. Maybe an entire open floor of various stairways going up, and you can see many people moving about and a strong soldier presence. And to your surprise, what look to be imps kind of just skittering around the walls and moving through the storage, and they're heavily tattooed imps, almost like mephits, if you will. They resemble coal as they flit and move about.
Are they like
The tattoos are almost shiny metallic, and so they don't it would need a closer inspection, but they don't really have a color. They're almost mirror-esque, and jagged lines of symmetry throughout. Almost think Darth Maul, that kind of black and red pattern, but it's just the mephit, and then like oh gosh, if I remember what Darth Maul looks like, I think the black parts would be the reflective, mirrory tattoos on these imps.
Neato.
You get to the bottom of the stairs. You have no idea where to put the barrels, and you risk a glance, Pierce, with your one pupil that's like off in the corner to kind of get a good look right behind you. And he's standing at the top of the stairs watching you, and he looks like he's about to say something when someone grabs his attention, and he looks and gets wholly distracted, just like, no, fucking, that's not where that goes at all, you know, and steps off to the side. You are late! And Puff, you hear, I'm terribly sorry, sir. I couldn't find the bit for Datchin here. It won't happen again. Give me a badge. Please, sir. Please. I need this job, and I was able to get into line. He's gonna roll a persuasion, and he's gonna fail with a 5. And Pierce and Azalea, you guys kind of lose the conversation, but Puff, you hear, if you don't give me your badge right now, I'll feed you to them. Terribly sorry. Terribly sorry. Here, please, I'm sorry. Have the barrels. No, I'll be on my way. Yes, I think you shall. We have a quota to fill after all, and that makes him scamper. Seize these barrels. Bring them down.
just like bracing the barrel. Just
what? The two birds, one stone. The hairless elf turns and looks down at the two of you and goes, "You two, bring these barrels down at once." And he turns in a huff. and sees to more business.
I will head back up and grab a barrel just to keep the
Yeah.
guys going.
Drax, odds or evens?
Evens.
Okay, Pierce, you find one barrel eventually that's particularly heavy. And that's got our boy in it, but you don't know that. Puff, you are jelloed around inside.
I'm just
Hey,
eating.
Pierce, you want to play
Eating inside the
catch
barrel.
with that barrel real quick?
Yeah, let's play catch with this barrel.
Like the jelly that keeps your brain from hitting the skull, Puff is wobbled. Aggressively wobbled about.
You're gonna open the barrel. It's not gonna have anything in it. Puff will have inhaled all of the puree. It's a good barrel.
These grapes fucking slap.
Never been so hydrated.
These are a rare cloven grape. That its rarity is off-put by the sheer amount in this shipment of barrels. But Azalea, you would know that this is a delicacy. And my God, are they good? They have they taste like grapes, but they have a bit of a clove numbing factor.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Now they got bunny hair on them.
Just licking it out of my fur.
Yeah, we I think like we probably like as casually as possible wait for other workers to walk in and see where they take the crates and follow suit and take the barrels there as well.
I would say you succeed in doing so. More people moving about this place. You feel relatively unheated.
Need to figure out where the hell I've got to.
Yeah.
What?
We missed that, Mike. You clipped out.
Oh, I'm like, psst.
I just slowly look down at the barrel. And then I look up at Azalea and I go, there's no way.
I'm gonna peel the lid off.
Just slimy. Just
On his back, looking
All
up
you
full.
see, all you see is the face peeking out of the grave.
It's just
I can't feel my tongue.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. I just roll up my sleeve and just grab Puff and pull Puff out.
I'm slimy.
oh
Yeah.
yes.
I snap my fingers and I catch precipitation on them.
Oh,
And I do the same with my arm to clean it up.
What happened to the badges?
badges? Oh.
Badges that we
They weren't in the wagon.
Were they in the barrel? Huh?
I was in the barrel. It was delicious. I regret nothing. You guys got in. We're fine.
Let's get going.
Oh boy.
Okay. Party begins moving about the space. Looks like you could go off into some side rooms, or you could take many of the varied staircases going up. It looks like the staff, kind of the staff routes, if you will, are normal stairs, but if you want to go up into the nicer area, there are these ornate wrought iron spiral staircases. There is not seemingly a floor down, a route downwards, a floor down from in here.
There's not much. I suppose we can look through the rooms down here, but if we don't find a Harrington, the best bet is in the manor proper.
I mean, apparently
Well,
that
if they're-
Haragon was supposed to be a performer.
Yeah.
them are almost certainly up there, especially since the party's been going on for a while.
Yeah.
What if
Puff, you pick up on your eye glances down to your little scroll of litany, if you will, and you don't remember hearing anything exactly to this jargon, but obviously it's a crowded area. You're getting a whole scroll feed of it's a live stream
anything?
feed.
just no.
One catches your attention. Perfection means you're a threat, but failure means you're abandoned.
I reiterate this to them.
Whenever you whisper, you cut out.
Oh, I'm like, I don't know what the fuck that means.
Gotcha.
But I reiterated to the party.
It doesn't mean anything to me either.
Where'd you hear that? Do you know?
Somewhere. I mean, I don't get a location. It's just a feed of knowledge.
Well, I suppose we can keep an eye out for anyone who has that kind of dictation. If it's important, it also might just be a nobleman. It sounds very much of a nobleman's thing to say anyway.
If I can, I'd just like to take a quick glance around and see if anybody in the room looks like they could be saying that, as I can read lips.
Make a perception check. With our powers combined.
Roll dice. Shit.
I don't know.
That's a 7.
Could I perceive it? Because in theory, I would be looking around, being like, "Who the heck is
Make
this?"
a perception check.
And I was like, "It is one of those like I'm gonna hear that and be like, that is a 19."
A 19. Okay. Two of the staff are having a furtive conversation. And they're by one of the staircases, one of the spiral staircases. One of them has a tray of what looks to be the puree. And another has a tray but like tucked under his arm. And they're talking to each other. The one with the tucked tray, a tiefling, and they seem like they're trying to bounce back from an encounter of some kind with assumedly the aristocracy, and the other one is worriedly whispering things to him, and between the two of y'all, you tune in on the conversation. That's what he said during his speech. That's the new house motto. Perfection means you're a threat, but failure means you're abandoned. Apparently it was a quote from the sovereign. Orta seems in good spirits. His hanger-ons, his coterie are very much against this festival. Thankfully the speech is over and we just have the festivities now. We just have to get through the rest of the night. The worst part's over. And the tiefling, she looks around before
I'll avert my eyes for just a moment.
Sure. She looks around and then pulls out like a cigarette and lights it. starts just putting it down real fast. You ever see someone like try to quickly smoke a cigarette? Like they're in a rush, they're just, and after like a few minutes they're like oxygen, and then they go back in.
I don't audibly say anything. I just like have like a note, and I'm like scribbling what they like speed writing like the gist of what they're saying in front of both of them and being like,
yep.
And that way it's just like,
with our powers combined, the party gains this information.
Interesting. Yes. How did that make you feel? They
You saying that?
No, I'm not. I'm just like above table. It's just like he's like a therapist session.
Yeah,
are we wearing anything fancy?
Yes.
Like we were supposed to be guests?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Lady Kathleen basically threw a cloak at my head and said, "Put this on."
She is nobility.
Which, by the way, it is kind of like offset to cover my left arm.
like one of those half cloaks that kind of goes over the whole
Yeah.
arm. Very cool.
Yep.
Puff's just in like a 3-piece looking like a little guy.
Excellent.
Like, couldn't we just go up and then pretend that we got lost down here?
I think that should work just fine.
Not this
So
whole
we
time.
can just.
But yeah, you
We can
smarter.
go. I mean, you all seemed interested in this perfection conversation. Does it seem to mean anything? I was keeping an eye out, but I wasn't listening in.
According to them, apparently it's the new motto of House Carta, the little host of this party. Apparently the sovereign said it to them or something.
So what is the sovereign suspector asking for? Mediocrity from the houses? Is that what
Make
they want?
history or insight checks at disadvantage.
all of us?
No, sorry, Azalea.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know nothing about no Carter other than the fact that he's got a pump in person.
Shit about dick.
It's a 5.
It's the best of your immediate knee-jerk conclusion is that it's just the newest, loftiest way that said to say stay in your lane. Don't disappoint me. But don't ever step out of your lane.
It's probably just one of the many barely veiled threats of the Spectre. It's fine. We need to go up there and look for your herring gun.
Okay. What I want to do when we go up is I want to, and this you could because of the fact that there's clearly not a whole lot of heron gone. I want to try and stealth, but Assassin's Creed style, where I'm like mingling with crowds.
That's
type
performance.
Stealth. Oh, well, we're gonna have to. I'll have to try that because I'm like, that's the only way that I can rationalize Puff getting in here, because I am smaller than, based on what you said, majority of Aragon in this realm. I am like an outlier. So I guess Puff, before he does anything, is just gonna look at what are we gonna do about me, because I'm, based on my experience and what I know, this gelatinous form is not normal to you. Won't know it.
What are we gonna do about me? What are we gonna do about me? What are we gonna do about me?
A mephit or an imp kind of scampers by and just
Don't say that.
Don't.
Go back to your.
Don't me. Don't.
skitters away and hisses at you.
I hate this. I'm gonna go upstairs.
Do we have I have a question.
Mhm.
I have a question. Do we have the bag of holding?
Yeah.
I'm gonna turn to Puff and say, "Hold your breath." And I'm gonna open up the bag of holding and put Puff.
What are you doing?
What are you doing now? Are you? I mean, you can fight him if you want, but
I'm gonna just go with Puff doesn't understand why he's going into the sack, but literally goes into the sack. And he's just kind of in there looking
All right,
around,
I guess.
like looking around to see what else is in here. Like,
it's an empty kind of hole in the ground. It feels like.
It's a
And
sensory
as you-
deprivation chamber.
Kinda, but as you sightlessly reach out, you feel the various folds of pockets, and it's like everything's like hyper velvety, like corduroy pants.
yeah, just Puff's just like, okay, this is our life now, I guess.
You're holding your breath. It's your life for
Saying
however
it
long you can
forever.
hold your breath.
How do I test to see how long I can hold my
There
breath?
is, I believe it's your con mod plus something.
I will say you don't need to hold your breath immediately. You get 10 minutes of air in there.
Oh, okay, yeah. So there you go. There you go.
You're fine.
We talk about this before you fucking stuff me in the bag.
No one hears that. You're in the bag.
Just thinking very, very upset thoughts about Azalea.
You realize you don't know if you could get out if you needed to.
This
I
is
will be looking up.
Okay, let's get a performance check from the two of you.
Ah, shit.
Here we go again.
Exactly.
Nat 20. for
Let's
24.
go!
Oh,
I would like to use my Nat 20 to cover for Pierce, please.
that's
It
what works.
will
Right.
matter.
Pierce-
It
I
will
don't know what
matter.
Pierce rolled, but I would like to use that Nat 20 to
this
help
may come
cover
as a
for Pierce.
surprise, but I love that idea.
I've never seen your eyes get that big.
No reason. No reason at all. That will be, unless you can cover for me, baby. That'll be 8.
Both
That's
matter.
by the way.
Both matter.
It's a good thing you stuffed me in the bag because I got a 10.
You're like walking in place, trying to look all well-to-do.
I don't go to events like this, man. I camp like 90% of the year. And I fight monsters. And I don't go to these social galas unless somebody hires me to kill something that's harassing a social gala.
Azalea, you note that you feel like you are in your element, and you effortlessly glide towards the two servants. The one who looks up at you and immediately puts out the cigarette and looks like holding their breath because they've chambered a round of smoke. And the other person seeing this goes, right this way, my apologies. And got their oh, what's the term, the voice you put on when you're on the phone with someone, customer service voice. Yeah, the customer service voice comes out. And Pierce, you just can't nail that glide to save your life. There is a cat-like grace to Azalea that just seems effortless.
Not to me.
He's like bumping his new arm.
That's
into
what I was just
stuff
thinking
'cause
about.
He's not used to the sides.
Like it dinks against the the spiral staircase.
It's one of those singing bowls. It just.
You're introduced actually to a very strange sensation that no one else has ever felt, and that is what it would feel like for metal to dink against metal, like on a physical sensation. Anyway, and that also kind of throws you off a little bit in your performance, as you're not even great with spiral staircases if it comes down to it. But the two of you do manage.
I think I'll just like hold the person who's like holding their breath's gaze as I'm like walking up the stairs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Just waiting for them, and I'm like, dude, it's fine.
And they quickly leave. And the other individual looks at you, curtsies, and leaves. Stepping up into the opulence. Beautiful ornate room. A lot of golds here. Various twining pillars of melded and shaped stone, and staggering chandeliers that seem to float, and various golden bands with diamonds hanging off of magically reforge themselves into different asymmetrical shapes and seem to flit off and merge with each other and scatter about. It's gorgeous to watch. Mirror gold floor. Like you are looking at your reflection down there. It's a little foggy. It's not 1-to-1, and not to the point where it'd be weird, but just reflective and beautiful and ornate. You can see a stage on one side. Many tables are out and about, and they're all standing tables, and various people are eating and discussing. You can see a full spread of species here. A good amount of tieflings, to your surprise. And as you kind of start accustoming yourself with the room, you realize they're not tieflings. They're people who have had horns drilled into their head. And they're very ornate.
Do they seem proud? Are they like flaunting these horns?
Indeed. More like the anchors have been drilled into their head and the horns have been screwed into those anchors. That seems to be the aristocracy of the Carta family. And even here, you're seeing many different species with these horns that have been drilled into their head. Another testament to even the aristocracy have had a hard time with the concept of a bloodline being wiped away. But you do see families. You do start to get a family kind of pinned down, and these are the ones who these are the tieflings. If they're even tieflings, they could be devils for all you know. Gang, feel free to correct me on my terminology here, because I'm a little shaky when it comes to fiends and devils and the like. There are beings that look a lot like tieflings, but are the more I want to say pure form of the hellish influence, but there's are they just
Ambience?
demons? Cambions? Yeah, kind of like Cambions.
I get my Pathfinder lore mixed up because like demons and devils are different in Pathfinder, but I can't remember the same.
Yeah, they fight each other in the war, in the blood war or whatever in hell. I can never get them straight.
So demons. The main thing about demons and devils is kind of like, I think that they're all fiends, but the main difference is that devils are lawful evil, whereas demons are chaotic evil. So devils are very much like all about contracts and loopholes.
Then these, my friends, are devils. And
demons just like, I don't know, fuck it. That's weird thing to do. Let's do it. Yeah.
Carta devils. Stage, big bar. Again, everything is standing. There are almost no seats in the place. and it's packed. You can see some people doing that kind of slow, well-to-do dance, you know, coupled off on this kind of center area. Dimly lit room, and you can see someone on a cello playing gently, ears high up, expressive even. This kind of mottled red-gray Harangon plays the cello in a nice petticoat. Excellent dress shoes. Just like the thing that you note first is excellent dress shoes. Whatever that looks like in your head. Kind of tailored. You can tell the fur has been cut to kind of give this very nice pointed chin and angle with the ears. Kind of, you get this big V shape as this Harangon plays this calming cello. Doesn't seem to be looking around too much, just very engrossed in what they're doing. Puff, you need to breathe at this point.
It's crashing at the back.
I would have at this point, because I planned, I was going to wait for you to finish describing.
Yes,
but I
please.
would have asked a servant to be like, where can I find the restroom? So I would have like, I want to let Puff go.
After
The
some
place less
direction,
crowded.
yeah, after some direction, you step into the powder room or whatever the fancy folk call it. And
We'll keep a lookout at the door.
okay. It is a public restroom, so you've got your stalls, if you will, and no mirrors. And you're like,
We'll go into.
just pointedly no mirrors. So wow, it's the place you would expect mirrors. There are mirrors everywhere here, but not in the bathroom.
I'll go into one of the stalls, close the door behind me, and let Puff out.
Puff, there's a light! You spring! You briefly put it around in the
We're
stall.
gonna have words about this, Azalea. You warned
Hey.
somebody before you,
didn't tell
suffocate
me.
them.
Hey, you made it in.
But walked.
We saw the Harangon. We came here as quickly as possible so we can let you out, so you can check if you recognize them. But
Are they in the bathroom?
no, they're.
Okay.
You
I didn't want to pull out a Harangon from my bag in the middle of the gala. So.
Oh, that's fair. Why did I get put in the back?
Well, to be frank, it was already hard enough to get pissed past everyone about getting stairs.
We could have had a discussion. I'm just saying. We'll unpack this later.
Be glad,
I'm
man.
just like-
I'm
Just like you
inconspicuous.
discussed, you're going to hide in the barrel of grapes, right?
Just
Definitely discussed it, man.
you're not wrong. But I didn't
At least
die.
the thing I did got
Pierce.
us all through the doors.
You're standing by. What a gentleman. And you turn, and this regal woman
Oh shit.
wearing a reflective. Now that I'm about to say it, I realize it sounds like a disco ball, but there's kind of these plated scales on this very tubular dress. It's not very form-fitting, but this is an older woman, and it is like polished dragon scale, polished gold dragon scale, and many rings, and this kind of heavy veil over. You can still see the nose and the mouth, and you can see two almost orcish tusks, but this is not. Maybe this is a half orc. You know, you're not quite sure. This still has the horns and the tiefling. You remember in Baldur's Gate the bone structure of tieflings? How it's like there's ribs in the neck and stuff like that. That's all still there, and these are almost too refined, but they are there. And from underneath, you can barely see these smoky purple eyes that regard you. Whoever you have brought with you is quite lucky. You will stand guard as they powder their nose.
Yep. It's me.
Indeed. And what is your name? I don't believe we've met.
Andy's freaking out. Andy doesn't know what to do.
Are you uncomfy at all? No.
Okay. I'm trying to figure out if I should lie or not.
Sure.
No, this is completely fine. I appreciate you checking though.
Yeah.
Oh.
As I continue.
Fuck it. Pierce. Ma'am. And you are?
You may call me Ortakata.
Get balls! Oh no!
I need just off of that. Well, okay. Let me ask you. Is the character Pierce also like just trying not to freak out?
Obviously he's not gonna go shitballs in the middle of a gold reflective dining room or ballroom.
Tell me of this reaction, because I might need a performance or a deception just off of this reaction.
I get it. As soon as he hears the name Karta, it is... I know what he wants to do. He wants to try and pull an Azula from Avatar, where just the slightest bit of wide eye happens, but she immediately locks in on it and stops it. But I don't know if he'd be able to fully stop himself from like...
That could be anything. So you need not roll yeah. You need not roll.
Oh. Would I hear that from inside the bathroom? Like,
no, this is while you guys are having your conversation.
Oh, okay. Well, no, I meant would I see it in the corner of my eye because of the caption cut?
Oh no, because he's outside the bathroom.
Okay. Because I'm like, I have the notes from the Ortakanta that I heard in the held breath. That's why I'm like, that would immediately be like, we'll solve this later.
No, you guys are having a fun banter moment.
Okay.
While Pierce is just like, ah!
You got this, Pierce.
Why'd you put this on me?
You're alone.
I think Pierce would try to save face and go, oh, so this lovely event is yours, of course.
Indeed.
Well, it's been wonderful. The place looks so amazing.
Have you tried the jellied puree?
No, but I believe I have heard people completely losing their minds over it. Excellent. Making some pretty poor decisions, actually.
Really?
In regards to getting their hands on it.
Make an insight check as she locks this information away.
It's technically not a lie.
No, I know.
It was delicious.
She's briefly distracted from the eye drilling into the back of your skull eye contact that she's making with you right now.
Insight?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, 23.
23?
Yep.
You casually just signed someone's death. What she heard was someone's fucking around, and unless what she heard was likely someone in the staff or maybe a lesser nobility has stepped out of line, and will be in just casually. You watch as they remove them from their world, the way they're thinking. They are gone to them now, and have just a little sticky note in their brain that says "kill that one," and returns and locks right back into you.
Don't misunderstand me. It's all been in good fun. Nothing untoward. Just...
I do love it when my friends have fun. At this point in time, I think the other two party members would step out of the bathroom.
We'll talk about it later. I apologize. It's fine.
Gentlemen, lovely to see you. Are you all complete with your freshening up?
Yes. I see you've made friends.
Yes. Allow me to introduce, Madam.
For right now.
Madam
Have I
Carta.
heard? Okay, cool. Have I seen Autocarta before? Like
No.
Not that have we met, but
No.
I haven't seen images of. Okay.
Pointedly not.
Puff clocks the Ortacarta. It's just like, not he doesn't understand the reference and the gall, the oh my god, this is a terrifying person. He's just like, I heard that once.
Oh.
Because he's just like, false identity has been confirmed. Ortacarta puppet's a person, and I'm just like, right, whatever that means.
Yeah. Puppeting a person is an important part of this.
Yeah, because that's what we gleaned last episode or at the end while I was just scribbling away notes, which I was going to share with you in the room. I forgot.
But you never did. You're the only one who knows.
I know. So Puff's just brain dead. Just, hi, I'm Puff.
I will just say, Madam Carter, I'm assuming we owe you the pleasure being one invited to this festival, two holding it. Thank you.
Do owe me that pleasure. I am so glad that you mention it. I expect you to fully enjoy yourself this evening, and out of sight of that farce they're calling a parade.
Yes, no, as you can see, and I'll kind of gesture to the flower, I was there, but then when I heard that there was going to be a party held here, I decided to come here instead.
She looks down at it, and there's that deep purple begins to briefly flash to a bright light blue, like a cream blue, sky blue, and then it right back under control. I can't tell if you are wise or a fool.
I'd like to consider it wise to go to the better of the two.
Raids don't have food.
She notices you.
Good heavens.
Yeah. Apologies. And you watch as she casts a spell, or actually it seems like someone else casts the spell through her as she miniaturizes, looks to you, and extends a hand.
I take it and do a really graceful bow.
Okay. Do forgive me. What is your name?
I'm Puff. We just smiling at her. That's really neat, the shrinking.
Thank you. You are going to enjoy yourself this evening, I can tell.
Yeah.
And then she's going to take a step back, look at everyone, nod once, linger on Pierce, and walk away as she slowly changes to the height she was prior.
She seemed nice.
The shadow that walks behind her keeps eye contact with Azalea. Two points of purple where the eyes would be in the shadow, and black pupils. Just keep it looking at you. As she begins to move into the space and everyone begins to react and start just fawning. You know. You see the subtle movements. You guys can make insight checks if you would like as you observe the movements of politics within this, I would say, hub of the Carta. This isn't their only residence, but this is their event. And, yeah.
17?
17, 16.
7.
7. All right. The obvious point for Pierce with the 7 is that she is the center of the outflow of power and influence, and you can just picture dominoes falling and cascading endlessly with every movement, with every gentle decision that is made or dismissal. For everyone else who rolled over a 13, you're observing the dominoes. You don't know 100% what they mean, but you're observing it, you're watching them, and you're able to kind of piece, and you start predicting the flow of said repercussions, you know, moving throughout the room. Which means the things that stand out, the things that are not tipped over, are what stand out to you. You see the people who feel the safest are the ones with these horns. The bar and the people who seem to be staying there, like 2 people seem to be just like posted up and focused on this drink. They were here when you walked in. They seem super unconnected from everything that's happening within the room. Surprisingly, the dancing is easily the most affected. People keep switching partners and moving in and moving out, and everyone seems really invested in getting into this dance. You're able to determine that it's not performance. They're getting something out of just being on the dance floor, and you don't know what arcane things are happening there, but everyone's kind of fiending to be the ones allowed to be dancing. The Bard is going to roll performance. 18 plus 3, 21. You feel the magic of the room. You feel this not this festive vibe, but this refined and beautiful, cushy elegance that you can just sit in. And you want to, you don't need to, but a part of you just wants to stay here forever. And that's where we're going to take our second break.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, you're good.
I wanted to look at the Paragon to see if I recognized them.
Let me say this. Do we want to go to break? Because I can keep going, but I can go either way.
I'm good.
I'm good.
All right. Yeah. You peer at the Heron gun. Make a history check at advantage. You mentioned you got a big old family.
I got an 18 and then a 19.
Excellent.
Oh,
You recall the seafaring branch of your family, the only ones that were over 2 feet tall. And you remember their names. You piece their faces together. You brace yourself. And you study. Immediately, you do not recognize this Harengon. You're able to determine that you don't know and have never met anyone with this kind of fur pattern. There's not much else to go on aside from obviously facial features and the like, but this is not a relative to you. You were able to determine.
I just look at him, go. Next time.
You can't tell if you felt. Well, let me ask you: do you feel sadness or do you feel relief?
It's like kind of like that bittersweet, because it's like he knows his family and we're not ones to. We're not perfect. It's not that we would avoid criminal activity, but like in terms of like it would be a stretch as like we'd smuggle stuff. Or like, for instance, like seafaring would be like, oh, we'd smuggle stuff on a boat for somebody.
Sure.
If it was within a good, like, it wasn't like tied to somebody who was like a mindless murderer. We still hold honor even if we kind of break the law sometimes. It's usually with like the greater good in mind.
As is the way of like retired level 20 adventurers that go on to have a successful family and a booming empire of farming. I mean not booming, but you know, they lived there happily ever after. You're just a descendant.
Yeah. So it's like I'm glad that I wouldn't have somebody in my family striving to perform for such clearly, dubious people. But it is that bittersweet of like, kind of wish there'd be at least something.
Yeah.
Like
I'm
some
going
inkling.
to go to the part 2 of this song. Yeah, so a loneliness for certain.
Yeah, it's just kind of like the okay. Yeah, like it is that better luck next time. Hopefully, in under better circumstances, we'll find another Harengon. It's just kind of like you gotta kind of grit your teeth. I relate that to everyone. It's like it's not. I don't know that bunny. They're Harengon in this.
It's okay.
give him a pat on the head.
What are we doing? What?
So, to that point, did we have the name of the glass eye connection?
It was Lauren.
Lauren, thank you. Lauren. No reason.
Oh, that would be the other thing, is he feels like he wasted everybody's time. That'd be probably the forefront of his mind, is the whole reason we came here, to his understanding, was to see about the bunny. So it's just kind of like, oof.
Yeah, definitely a frustration. You passively watch the feed of conversations, and 2 names come up. Alance, sorry. And the Lauren name. An introductory. Someone is introducing Lauren to somebody in this room. Lauren being the individual, the one name connecting to the glass eye that you have. And the party learned last episode that the Carta was running the glass eye.
The puck's he's just kind of like in his own thoughts, but still seeing, because I don't have to actively look at it. It's just kind of always in my peripheral. So he's just like, and then I'm gonna look at Pearson and his alien, just like, Lauren's here.
Is in the Lauren. they were meant to be finding.
Well, I came here for the bunny. I don't know. Do we want to try and meet Lauren? Like,
I think it'd be good to get some information off them. I will say this is not on. I think as I start speaking, I very seamlessly switch to telepathy. Like continue my sentence with telepathy. This will definitely be the held breath business. So it's supposed to be your first mission, I guess, as part of the held breath. If that's something you want to do now, I can also leave this to me if you want as well. I fully understand not wanting to get involved immediately.
Quick question to Feffers. Did we get our items that we picked?
Mm-hmm.
I don't hear that at first then.
Ah.
And I'll kind of track that there's like a conversation that I should be privy to, and I'll go, oh, and I will allow Azalea to
Nice.
with me.
Nice.
I think I would like turn to. I'll be hearing like Puff's responses, and I'll turn to Pierce like, "What do you think?" And then I see you move, and then I see you like let me in.
Right.
I think I like feel the connection being made. I'm like, do you have some kind of thought shield? That was odd.
And like for just a second, and I'll try and like make it as subtle as I can. I won't even like raise the hand above my waist. I'll just kind of like twist something that's invisible on my middle finger on my right hand. And you'll see a small ring with like a brain on the little diamond area. I don't know what it's called. And then I'll like twist it again and it'll turn back into.
That's dope. I didn't know it went invisible.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
very, it's very cool.
It's,
do I know? Have I
from
seen
our
items like
friends.
this before? Oh, this from the held breath. Okay, so I would have seen something like this before. I'll just like nod, just say again telepathically. I'll give you a more visible heads up when I switch over to telepathy.
Gotcha.
I do love
no.
the idea. Go ahead.
oh no, go ahead.
I do love the idea of Azalea looking at at Pierce and just start doing like a head nod action because you're talking to him, and then there's no sound. It's just kind of like a funny bump in the moment.
In telepathy, Puff would just, because we're talking about the items that we got from the held breath, I would just be like, yeah, so I'm not gonna pull it out now, but I got a key. And the key, because pretty much the what to my understanding is that I'm supposed to be kind of like, you know, sneaky guy, spy man.
You're certainly able to fill that role amongst your abilities.
Yeah, I'm like, it makes sense. So they gave me a key that creates doors in any wall. So if we needed a way out,
In a
If
city
she-
of walls.
if shit goes down.
No, yeah, no, I haven't needed to use it myself, but I've seen it being used by some other agents. That makes sense. That'd be useful for us.
To answer your question, though, we're in it. Like, we're in it, right? And I kind of like, just like, in conversationally, Puff's just kind of like doing side chatter, like, this is a lovely party. But then he looks to Pierce and is like, right?
Huh? Oh,
I was
yeah.
like, we're in it. Like, this is our first mission. We've already kind of dipped our toes in. I might as well go full send.
So he's doing a vibe check with you.
Well, if things go badly, and I'll kind of say this to, is the way your telepathy works, like, are we able to communicate like with each other, or do you just like relay?
I would have to be relaying it. Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah.
that's crazy. Oh, yeah, because it's not like convening of the minds.
Yeah,
it's
no,
just
yeah,
the pinball.
Yeah.
So yeah, at that point, I would just be relaying it to you. As long as Pierce is on board, I'm on board.
Yeah. So I just pass it over to Pierce, and Pierce lets me. Yeah.
Solid
I'm in.
tabletop etiquette.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I think it's best if we try and introduce ourselves to this Lauren, see what we can get. Knowing that they're in some kind of connection with the House Carter makes me a little bit more worried about their intentions. If they're making it somewhat public, or at the very least public amongst the underground, that they're against the tyrants, they might be just luring people into one spot, into one organization that the tyrants can deal with quickly and easily. That's the worst case scenario. Best case scenario is that they are serious about overthrowing the tyrants and they're just not good at it. They're going to put more pressure and troubles in the hands of the held breath before they deal with that increase in security and paranoia.
I'm realizing I may have
Either way,
hiccuped
I
a
think
little
we
bit on the reveal, but Lauren goes on to be introduced as Lauren Carta.
Oh.
So either, I really apologize for this because I might have misplaced my timing. I went a little too big picture. Either you had suspicions, or you that are now being confirmed, or there is the reveal here.
I think it makes sense, yeah. Because you mentioned that they were
I meant to lay that.
Like, okay.
Yeah, I apologize. I meant to lay that groundwork as additional reasons to head to this
Yeah.
party, and that's why that's where I slipped up. I'm terribly sorry.
Oh, we're all good.
So good.
We good.
Puff's also like trying to like keep track of all the stuff that's happened. He's just like, side note, Azalea. One, I apologize for my outburst earlier. I understand the reasoning for the bag. I forgot. So much happened since the bag. The person we just met, that is a puppet. Apparently, Ortacarta uses puppet, and it's a safety precaution, I guess, where they can inhabit different bodies. I don't know if they could jump like freely from body to body. I don't know a lot about magic, but I'm assuming based on the information that I know is that's not the actual, like that's just a meat shield, like a meat puppet thing.
It doesn't surprise me too much that I caught a shadow staring.
That's the name of the episode right there.
So, I figure, make sure Pierce knows. How do we want to go about getting to Lauren? Because if Lauren is a Carta, are they approachable?
I will look at the gala. Does it seem like people are mingling? People
Yeah.
talking to themselves? How
Yeah, everyone's mingling, and likely you will soon be approached as the new faces you are, out of curiosity to a certain degree.
I think we can just mingle.
Yeah.
Make conversations, even if it's just surface layered, with some folk, and I can make my way towards Lauren throughout the event and see what information I can get.
Sounds good. I'm going to schmooze, but I'll keep an eye in case, you need backup for any reason.
Sounds good to me. Sound good, Pierce?
Can I just hang by you? I'm not good
You can
with.
be my bodyguard.
Okay. That'll work.
And yeah, I'll slip into the crowd and mingle and make some small talk with some folk.
Excellent. Roll performance at advantage as Pierce is aiding you. Puff, what do you do?
I'm going to position myself. This is the issue: is these are standing tables, and I'm 2 feet tall.
I didn't think of that.
Is there a table that I can stand on? Or like a seat, like a love seat?
This is a this is a multi-species inclusive
Okay.
world.
So I find a
So,
short table.
Yeah, not to mention the bar would also have like an elevated position.
Yeah, I probably go to the bar if there's one that's by like
yeah,
the
it would
stage.
definitely. I mean, we even addressed it at the Lone Star that behind the bar was elevated. So yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. My apologies.
Because I'm like, there's a bunch of tieflings.
I'm not. I've never had a 2 foot tall person in the party before.
Pardon me, DM. Is this bar wheelchair accessible?
Yes.
So I would
Yeah.
position myself like if there's a bar next to the stage, because I want to watch the
Yeah,
I want to look
absolutely.
like I'm enjoying a drink but watching the Harrigan perform while also eavesdropping on specifically looking for like the conversation with Azalea
Excellent.
and them.
Audric, if you could post the pictures, because at this point, because the party has infiltrated the Carta nobility, the Carta family, you learn a few snippets about Orta. And the pictures will also show other generic NPC influences that I'm pulling from here that I found on Pinterest.
Fair.
Phenomenal art. These individuals, the conversation, Azalea, is very much weighted. Each and every conversation is very much weighted with, who are you? What can you do for me? How do you fit into this web? And it's all just wrapped up in polite inquiry and potentially
I would say all of it is lies. Everything from the name I give to what position I hold and whatever form of lower nobility. I don't think I ever claim to be on anything too high.
Sure.
That the guarantees are no. But
Okay.
yeah, my name is Talia. I'm from House Effavet.
Talia or Tarlia?
Talia. Talia. Yeah.
Got it.
From House Effavet. We are a small up and coming house.
Great
I would say.
name. Great name. Excellent. Okay, yeah. Let's get a deception check at at advantage.
Focus on that 20, but it's a 23.
23.
Nice.
Well done. Well done.
Much deception.
I think this, even though this is the first time they've tangled with House Carter and nobility in general, it's not the first time they've done like espionage. They have gone in
Yeah.
posing as other people in
Yeah.
many different situations. So it's not their first time thinking of stories on the fly.
It's safe to say, actually, that you would know the location of the Scoury. Just as an aside. Excellent. The party learns the true nature of the demon lord, the greater devil, the entity that is Orta. And there is fear. Fear of this person, even amongst the family. And everyone's trying to A, climb the ladder, but B, do it as slowly and effectively as possible, so that they can not be perceived as a threat and not be abandoned. It's going hand in hand, and these are delicate maneuvers. These people also seem old. Like, they all talk like they're older than they look. Any queries that you would like to kind of try to glint from this aristocracy? Same question for Puff.
I am just looking to see if there's anybody gossiping because it's a party. People are drinking. I'm just waiting. I'm just like trying to keep an eye out for somebody that is like pretty much buzzwords, like somebody saying something and somebody's response going, "Don't do that. Don't say it. You need to stop."
Okay.
Like looking for people that like have spilled tea that they shouldn't definitely have spilt.
Okay. Let's get your deception check as well, Azalea.
Be looking for. I think any information I can get on this Lauren character before I interact with them.
Okay.
If there's anything like that I can get out of people, or even if it's just watching Lauren and seeing how she interacts with other people in the crowd. I just want to see what I can read and learn from just watching or hearing of them.
I'd also like to try doing that, and if possible, I'd like to try reading her lips. Or their lips. I don't know if that was clarified, whether they were...
Of Orta or Lauren?
Ooh, that's a good question. Orta!
Okay. And Azalea?
Oh, do I need to roll? I'm just trying to read. I'm trying to read Lauren.
Gotcha,
Learn what I
gotcha,
can
yeah.
From other people, from speaking to other people and watching them as well.
Yeah, especially with such a high deception check, you navigate some information. Pierce, make a perception check, and we'll get back to you because I still need to do Puff. Lauren is debaucherous and flippant and quite the arrogant, easy to hate motherfucker. To zone in on a thing to specifically hate about him is he has filed his teeth into points except for the front ones, which are gauged. It's weird, it's a lot. And he has this whistle when he talks. He's been proudly, as of today, as of tonight, proudly talking about how the quota is the needs of the house. The quota is being met with his clever scheme that he claims he came up with, of weeding out people of intelligence from the common folk. And he's proud of it. And everyone's clapping him on the shoulder.
As in, like, killing them off or bring them to his side?
Killing them off as the glass eye.
Okay. Awesome.
Puff. You begin overhearing and reading in on a conversation that's happening at the bar. The two individuals. An older gentleman that nods to you, he has the horns, and then dismisses you as he turns back to the woman who has bright red hair and a wizardly attire. As you easily go without being noticed that you are just reading the conversation, even though it's being whispered and
Yeah, I'm like
and
just
subtle.
just like got like a little cup full of like juice or something,
yeah, you're like
and
on
I'm
the
just
end
like
of the bar.
I'm just like just watching the performance while I read.
Yeah, you learn that Query, full name Cuirassier, is the point of contact for House Carta to the Alliance, the criminal organization that deals in blackmail and illegal magic. Query is this redhead, and she sips her drink while having a conversation about something that's been taken care of. No, I ensured with mine own eyes. Mine own eyes. It has been destroyed, and there is no longer any record of it ever existing. Not even in the hearts of men, or in the minds of the wary. Well, that was exceptionally quick, and I must say I am impressed. I will see to your payment immediately, as you should. Off you pop. He quickly moves away, and her eyes briefly lock with yours before she turns and starts watching the party. Well, if you were looking her way, it would lock, but you might not be. You feel the gaze. You feel the observance as
I would, as nonchalantly as possible, turn to my drink, like turn back to the bar to like I'm about to order another drink, and then meet her gaze.
okay.
And then just smile and go back, just look down back at my drink.
The song ends, and the Harengon takes a short bow and begins to move off to the side towards the other end of the bar, as she, Cuirassier, actually stands up and removes a wand of conducting and trades places, going up on stage before and some people like turn to look, and then she waves the wand as an entire orchestra picks up and fills the area with this beautiful gothic music, and a bit of a waltz to it, kind of a waltz feeling as the dance changes, and everyone's attention quickly moves to the dance. This seems important for some reason. As the bartender, the bartender moves away from you to go take the other Harengon's order, who has not yet noticed you.
After Corey leaves, I would then go to talk to the Harengon, because I'm like, it's the only person that has similarities with me.
I got you. You move across, and he looks over and does like a double take to you and goes and greets you in your native tongue, in the Harengon language.
Hi. I'm Puff.
Well met indeed. And what warren did you pop out of? And he's going to come over to you and reach over and dink your glass with his, and kind of sit back, very relaxed and laid back, smiling from ear to ear.
Just like immediately relax, because it's just like, so yeah. As I said, it's like it's a trying to think as me, not Puff. I'm like, where would I would just be like, does he look like he's from like similarly where I'm from? Or does he look like he's from Woanoa?
You've definitely never met a Harangon with red modeled in.
Yeah.
So that's a gamble. He does, however, surprise you by saying, with a quick glance, like a furtive almost quick glance to the crowd in general, he goes, "Surely you're from Waffenson." I've always wanted to go to Waffenson. He's stumbling over the name that he clearly just made up. I've always going to Waffenson. I heard, sorry, my accent died entirely. I've heard of great fishing in Waffenson. What's the good time of year, would you say? Implying that he knows you come from a place that has seasons.
I would say the best time for fishing's probably, middle between spring and summer.
Nods. Another round for my friend.
And it's just like looking at him, it's like, I don't see many Harangon.
Nor I. It's been some time. This is lovely.
Yeah, but so you work for, and then I not nonchalantly gesture to Corey.
When I can. I take every cushy job that comes my way if I can help it. The pay is fantastic if you can keep your head down and do a good job.
Seems dangerous.
He nods at you like a, "Hey man, I know you're new, but yeah." Also, Mike gets inspo from chat.
Oh, I already have inspo. All right, I already marked it. Okay, just double checking.
I don't remember what the
I have two
ruling is.
inspos. No idea. So like, what's the general like? I don't know. It's like Pop's such an honest creature. He's not used to lying.
Yeah,
So, like,
you're in a tenuous spot.
So it's like, so I'm Puff. What's your name?
You can call me Austin Athens. At your service.
You play a lot of parties?
Yeah, I go from city to city, but I tend to spend a good time here when the times are good. And apparently the times are very good.
Yeah, like I'm just very, very interesting. The fact that, do you know why they're throwing the party instead of like you guys being at the parade? Like I say, like I'm not really sure as to like it just being a genuine question.
Roll persuasion.
Persuasion.
See what's happening.
I got nothing. It's a 17.
17. That's pretty good. He kind of leans over and goes, "Why don't you buy me another drink?
What are you having?
More of this wine."
Have you tried the grapes?
No.
I just like gesture to like the guy that's got the grapes. You gotta try these.
And the two of you enjoy it for a bit. So, from what I understand, the Carta do not care for Kreitz. Extra work to try to start this narrative initiative, this campaign to make the Sovereign look good to the people. They think it's extra work that's not needed. There's no reason. According to the Carta, they've already got everyone under their thumb. Why bother going through the effort? It's a ruthless opinion, but I think in doing so, in going about and making this happen, the amount of effort that Kreitz is putting into this is interfering in some way with Carta. That's as much as I've been able to glean.
Yeah, because and I was just like, if everybody already loves the sovereign, right? Like, why would you need a parade in there? Like, it seems like everybody loves him, all right?
Nobody loves the sovereign.
Then why is everybody? I'm confused. I
That's
keep
what
getting mixed
Kreitz is
information.
trying to change.
Oh, well, if everybody hates the sovereign, why? If that's just a known thing, why do they want him to like him then? Like, clearly, Carta at this point wants them to fear, and fear is power, I guess.
That's not information I know.
That's fair. That's not information I know either. Man, words are, dude, everything's just so confusing.
You'll get the hang of it. We're quick on our feet.
Yeah. Wonderful performance, by the way.
Thank you. It was all right. Don't
Is there anybody I should look out for? Like, don't like,
you should
don't
look
go
out
near.
for just about everybody in this room.
That narrows it down.
Except you, Jerry, am I right? And the bartender goes, far off.
Well, I mean, like, that's fair. Is there anybody particularly prickly that if, like, you know, somebody were to approach that they didn't know, they might get, like, immediately, you know, is somebody that you don't approach?
I can't stress this enough. I don't know you, but between you and me now, as we're talking between fellows here, I am the only person you should trust in this room.
That is...
Make an insight check against his persuasion.
Insight? It's a 17 again.
19 plus 5.
Wait, do I have anything?
I mean, you do have inspiration.
Oh, I do.
19
You
plus
do?
5
Oh.
you're not going to do much to be a 19 plus 5, though. The 24.
So
It's doable, I believe.
what is it? What is inspiration?
You're making an insight check.
Inspiration lets you reroll, basically.
Yeah, advantage. And you've got two.
unless I get,
a nat 20.
yeah, I'd have to get a nat 20. That's a 3. That's a 16. I just believe him.
Oh, well, I'll say this. You are endeared to him, but you do not notice that he is trying to manipulate you, that he is trying to influence you into being... It's by the book narcissism. Just trust me. Follow my lead. Don't trust anyone else in the room. You don't notice that immediate little he's trying to get his hooks into you.
Yeah, it's like
I'm not saying it works. I'm saying you're endeared to him, and you don't
Puff's
notice.
brain goes to like, you seem nice. Like, it's just that. It's just, yeah. Like, you seem
toasts.
chummy. You seem chummy, and I just go back to drinking. Well, I gotta catch up with. I should probably mingle. I just been sitting at this bar.
He's going to pull his card and hand it to you.
Okay. Thanks. Puff's not used to wearing jackets, so he's just like, I got a pocket here.
To the warm warden. He's gonna take his leave. Mingle back into the crowd as well.
Hey, and then I like slowly, like, just not go directly to Pierce or Azalea, but get closer to them. So that way I'm like, because I want to make sure I don't lose them among the towering people.
Excellent. Azalea and Pierce.
At some point, I would love to Finally, I want to make it look as coincidental as possible, but bump into Lauren.
Okay.
It's like conversation with him.
You move through this and it's gentle but still enough to like draw attention, but it's not a front, it's a well-placed bump. And he turns to you and goes,
Oh,
I say, good man.
I'm very sorry.
As you should be. Who are you? And he reaches out a hand for a shake.
I take their hand. I'm Talia Evervet.
I am Lauren Carter. Well,
I've heard incredible things about you.
What have you heard?
I mean, is it, everyone here gossips, but so I want to hear it from the source themselves. Are you really the one behind picking off those trying to go against the Spectre?
Indeed, my friend. It has been so fulfilling to aid the sovereign in the house's needs. Meeting quota, as it were.
I didn't even realize it was quota. Has this been a mission given to you by the sovereign themselves?
He's gonna make an insight check on you. Oh. Not a good roll. There's a 4. And he's going to go. As you know, he says with like a tone of reprimand, gentle reprimand, but his scathing self-indulgence kind of surpasses all of that, and it's just condescension. And he goes, as you know, regardless of the fact that so many souls just came into Woanoid, regardless, we were never given any instructions to slow down. And so I thought to myself, well, if ever there was a time to stand out.
I mean, you're definitely doing that. I don't think anyone's taking their duty as seriously as you.
Ostentatious bow.
Is there anyone else? Is this a solo mission? Do you have others working underneath you?
I have family funding. I can make do with the rest.
Incredible. I mean, okay, you didn't hear this from me, but I know some other members of the houses and even some of the invitees here are planning on trying to essentially do what you're doing. And that's the last thing I want. You clearly put in the work, you're the brains behind the operation.
Of course.
It makes no sense. So
Who the fuck?
I'm not as high up in the hierarchy as you are. So I don't
Stand
want
up.
to. I'm not as high up in the hierarchy as you are, so I don't want to say any names to put myself into trouble. But I do know of some gullible folk that would be perfect to add to your quota.
Oh.
I've been hearing tales. Do you mind if we go somewhere and I'll look around, more private? Again, I don't want anyone overhearing me and taking your
Roll deception.
Okay.
I'll give you advantage
Okay, perfect.
because Pierce is actively aiding.
21.
21. Looks to you. Looks at your brooding bodyguard. Wesley!
Wesley!
I'll meet you in that corner over there by that sofa.
Wesley!
He's gonna walk away, and as you, if you do, you would find that the couch once you sit down, it's not silence, but there's this soft muffling of sound, almost ASMR-esque. Like you hear the creak, like the creak of the cushion and the wood beneath kind of stand out to you by comparison of the music and the crowd and everything. It all kind of gently fades to the point where if he wasn't standing there, would sound kind of like this, kind of muffled and talking. And if you, Azalea, were to talk to him, Pierce wouldn't hear anything.
I think Pierce and they're wrestling it, I assume, is outside of this bubble.
They're approaching now. You see him quickly making way, and like people aren't moving for him. You note as he tries to shoo them, and the Yuan-Ti, the snake person, who kind of glides along behind. His bodyguard has joined the conversation, and he sits down next to you, and the guard kind of turns and keeps one eye on Pierce before seeming to bend more than possible and lean against the wall on the other side of the couch from Pierce, and gives you a single wink and then licks his eyeball.
I just have a staring contest with this Yuan-Ti.
Oh, big
just
bet.
kinda
Make
like,
a con save.
Sorry.
Contested con check. Let's go.
I'm fucked up.
Who blinks first?
It's not fair.
Damn it.
I rolled a natural 20.
Fuck. That's not fair. Snakes don't even have eyelids.
He do be licking his eyeballs.
I rolled like a 4.
Oh no. There's a...
Shut up.
At this point, Puff, you are just kind of orbiting. You know, you're keeping your distance, like you mentioned, but you're nearby. You're about maybe 20 feet. No reason. I don't know how this conversation is gonna go down. That's fair. Group storytelling can get scary.
Immediate bite of the entire club, Blade style.
John Wick's through the dance club. Just. Excellent. He sits down and then looks to you attentively. I'll have that list.
Yes, actually. And I will pull out, I'll reach into my bag of holding and pull out, a scrap. Actually, I'll go, do you have any paper or anything like that I can write on? It's quite a long list.
Pulls a quill.
Perfect. Well, and as I'm speaking, I'll start listing off just made up names, but as I do, I'm going to cast Modify Memory. Because it's an enchantment spell, it does not need verbal components, so I do not need to do it. So I'm just listing off fake names.
Okay.
And then at some point, partway through the fake names, I very suddenly switched, and at this point, I was fully casting the spell. Part of the spell is I have to basically tell them what their new memory is. So I'm going to rewrite their memory of the past 24 hours, I believe.
Oh my god.
Yes, an event that is experienced with, yeah, so past 24 hours last month. Okay, no, so not the full 24 hours, 10 minutes of 24 hours. So I would like, as I see, actually first, let's make a wisdom saving throw first, I guess is the first.
5 + 2, 7.
Okay, they definitely fail. As I see that eyes kind of glaze over, that's when I start listing names and I go into telling them what their new memory is. And I say, you remember very vividly the Sovereign visiting you in the middle of the night. And they demanded you dismantle the glass eye, or you'll be next and the very many that they have pulled and stripped the nervous system of. And then once I've let that settle in, I'll finish casting and then go back to listing the names as if nothing happened. And Gregory.
If you would please excuse me. He quickly leaves, and the he has to go change his pants. Wesley kind of goes quickly loses all sense of cool as he's like, oh, something's wrong, and he chases after the person he's supposed to be guarding.
You better walk away.
Move! And people notice. In his urgency, he steps into the dance floor. This boy cannot get a good roll to save his life. That is a 3 + 3. That's a 6. And you watch as this shaking with fear individual, this quivering, like this person is so terrified of the sovereign, and slowly begins to dance. And he can't help it. He's moving, and Wesley succeeds and moves snake-wise into there and gets him and starts pulling him out. kicking, and like doing the Russian kick, right? The can. You know, as he's pulling him out. Excuse me for a minute. I'm so sorry. I gotta go. As he leaves, as he is removed from the area. This is a public leveling of any reputation this guy has.
I think if anyone's not watching, but I guess if anyone knows Azalea relatively well, you definitely notice just a flicker of disgust go over Azalea's face as they're kind of that mask they wear right now kind of flickers for a moment before they go back to acting noble as they step out away from the sofa, from this muffled zone of silence. And we'll walk up beside Pierce, and I think telepathically just go, I think hopefully that should at the very least slow down the glass eye.
What the hell was that?
Just implanted a memory. Made the idea of continuing the whole plot terrifying to them. The only way I can.
Okay. Every time I hang out with you, something crazy happens.
I suppose you can get used to it. This is quite honestly my day-to-day.
Just keep blowing my mind. It's kind of wild.
Glad or maybe sorry, you're so easy to impress. I promise you that's much more impressive.
Okay, well, hang on.
Puff, are you reuniting?
Yeah, just walks up. He's like, hey.
Hey.
I'm getting kind of sleepy. You guys getting kind of sleepy? It's Puff's way of trying to be like, are we leaving?
I kind of want to get the hell out of this too.
Yeah, I mean, we can, but there is the whole altar situation, especially from what Puff told us. Do you want to see if we can get more information here, or do you think it'd be possible to do another day?
How long have we been at the party by now?
Maybe a couple hours.
I'm gonna like Buff just looks at Azalea and is just like does one of these, trying to like feel like you need to go telepathic.
Oh, I would have switched to telepathic
Okay,
from like,
okay.
yeah, because I initially initiated that conversation with Pierce telepathic.
So Azalea, the magic conductor lady, his name is and I just start relaying all of the information that I got. I'm like, her name's Query, short for Querise. She's the point of contact for House Carda and the Alliance, criminal organization that deals with black magic and blackmail. She just had something taken care of. The guy that she was speaking to said that was really quick, so she destroyed it. Whatever it was, I don't know what it was. The old guy that was there, I didn't get his name, but he paid her, or was going to pay her, I guess. But she's the point in contact from House Carta to Alliance. Bart's name's Austin Athens. He works kind of from, like, I guess I'm assuming in shady circles. He seems nice though.
Okay. Well, I will say this: Alliance contact could be useful to the Held Breath. Already made connection with the Daenerys gang. Alliance as well within the same week would be very good on my resume, so to speak. If you all need rest or would generally just like to leave, we can. If you have a bit more energy left in you or willingness to stick around, I would like to get in contact with this Query.
Right, we're into the telepathic stuff. Sorry, I'm not tired. I just didn't know what the game plan.
Okay, yes, no. I mean, at the end of the day, we're all on this mission, and if you all want to leave, we can leave. Or quite honestly, you all can leave. I can get in contact with Query myself, but the backup would be appreciated.
Yeah, no. Well, how's Pierce feeling?
Pierce, what do you think? And I will just relay. Like, I think above table, I'm not gonna like role play relaying, but yeah, whenever we go telepathic.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You link up. Everyone gets on the Zoom call.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone hops in Discord.
I mean, we came here to figure out some stuff, right? Let's milk it for all it's worth. I'll deal with the stupid tie for another hour, I guess. But after we've hit a wall, let's just get out of here. That lady is giving me the creeps.
Okay. Well, I suppose you want to stick with being my bodyguard, Pierce?
Might as well. Everybody else seems to believe it.
Puff, do you want to split off on your own? Do you want to stick around with us as well?
I'll stick around.
Okay.
I don't feel super safe.
You're not. So that's fair. And yeah, I think again, after I see Lauren run off, scurry off, and kind of, I guess, first I want to gauge, am I getting any strange stares after that?
A lot of the attention was on the dance, and then people caught onto him once he was in the dance. So
Okay.
your passive perception, I would say, would inform you. Let me take a look at it. 14? You're pretty sure you're good, but you can make an active perception check if you would like.
Yeah, I would like to make an active one. It's an 18.
18. Scanning the room a bit. You think you're good, and then you finally your eyes land on Querassier, and there is the appearance of fully invested in this performance, but there's a look of anger directed at you for being the source of something that almost ruined the performance. So she's clocked it. And that, I think, is where we'll leave off for the night.
Dun, dun, dun.
Oh, Bill
high-stakes
got
drama.
bingo. Let's go.
Yeah, bingo.
Yeah, congratulations on your bingo.
Let's see what they were. Everyone, do stick around. We'll be doing a raid, and thank you so much for everybody for being here. Hi, I'm Puff. The party
Every
needs
episode.
therapy. Cultural shock. Azalea does creepy magic. And, quote, I hate it here. Feels like a good spread.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Excellent. All right. Yeah, I'm SirFeffers, the humble Ginger Master of the Longshot table. This has been my absolute honor, privilege, and I'm having so much fun to be playing Bayonet with these amazing, amazing creators. If you want to get caught up, you can go to the YouTube Longshot, where you will be able to catch up on our 3 weekly streamed campaigns, 3 episodes a week. I'm DMing all 3 of them. I'm thinking about doing 4 next season. Anyway, and I'm thriving, y'all. I'm having a great time. Thank you so much. Chat, you guys actually managed to pay off my bills this month.
Oh yeah.
Which was huge, and I can't be thankful enough. I really can't. I'm agog. Let's leave it at that. Head over to the Discord to join our community. We're as chaotic as we are wholesome. There is a Patreon if you would like to further aid me in my DMing journeys with tiers such as off-stream one-shots and I will, me getting access to me teaching you how I do D&D and the like. I think that's it for me. Let me throw it over to Drakoniques as I gear up this raid.
Yeah, hi, I'm Drak or Drakoniques. You can find me on all socials at Drakoniques. That's Drakoniques. I do teach RPG stuff. I perform in actual plays like this. I produce actual plays like this. I also write teach RPGs, so you can probably see my words and work in a bunch of different things you love and enjoy. I just did. You can find me on Mondays at 6 p.m. Pacific over on Althaven. That's ALTHAVEN _ on Twitch, in a Star Trek campaign called Las Excelsior. Where I play a overly emotional Vulcan, which has been a lot of fun recently. I think check that out on Mondays. You can hear my voice every other Monday in a podcast called Forgotten Paths, where I play a cleric, a priest very specifically, who's kind of babysitting the party at this point, which is very funny. And there's probably other stuff that is coming out or has been out that I can't remember off the top of my head, so just follow me on socials. That's Drakoniques.itch.io on Blue Sky, which is where I am most of the time, but you can find my other socials at Drakoniques. But I'll throw it over to Andy.
Listen here, Bill. I'm proud of you. Good job getting your bingo. I love you so much. You did great. Hey everybody, it's Andy. I was Pierce, and I was panicked this whole time, but it was great. So thanks so much for coming and watching. If you want to see more of me, you can follow my TikTok. I do short form content there.
Do it.
Little funny goofs and gags.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. I don't know what it was.
That was weird. That was weird.
Yeah. Who could have seen that?
Anyway.
But if you're interested in seeing me in a campaign that is not Bayonet, which I don't know why you would, it's freaking awesome. You could always go on the pirate theme campaign, Our Flag Means Doom, where I play a Loxodon bard that has a deep southern drawl. And it's on Mr. Dandy DM's channel, so please consider going checking that out too.
You're able to get down to
you.
the fjord register. It sounds really good. You do a good southern.
I don't try. I just like it here. Anyway, Metro booming.
I'm Puff. I'm Metro Mike on everything. Twitch, TikTok, and Mr. Michael on Metro Michael on Twitch. But I mainly do special effects stuff. I'm here every Saturday, and then we're playing Monster Hunter, and then that's in between Kingdom Come 2, which is dope. Shout out to Deep Silver for freaking sponsoring me and giving me the game, which is dope. But yeah, freaking come hang out. Feel free to peruse the chaos that is insanity of me intermittently murdering people.
It's glorious.
'Cause
You're missing
Henry's a
out if
bad
you
guy.
don't know. If you don't know, you're missing out.
Henry's a murderer and a thief.
Any thoughts for Puff, or did we do that? I'm spacing.
Thoughts for Puff?
Yeah. Where's Puff at?
Oh, Puff's
Mentally.
currently confused.
Valid.
He's getting so much information and just going, "Hey, Azalea, I found stuff."
What did you, as the player, think of that kind of, not really a plot twist, but a plot twist of like, oh, he's narcissistic. There's an element of manipulation and control here.
Probably surprising, because every Harengon he would know is generally not to be punny, but down to earth.
I got you.
Down to earth, because we're all, you know, the Harengons that he know are family, and they are very much they don't have a hidden agenda. They're very straightforward, at least his family members are, because it's like, if you mean something, do what you say and say what you mean.
And it could be as nefarious as something evil going on, or like everyone else in that room of nobility and scum. How can I use this person to my advantage? How can I move forward and gain and climb the ladder? It's a cutthroat, harsh note to hit.
I think Puff would kind of understand that, because like his family wouldn't work for these people.
Yeah.
So why are you working for these people?
Interesting. Okay, I got you.
Just because it is a criminal organization, so it's like, what you could go. I mean, like, I guess it's that torn between like, why are you working for these people, and then like this is what we know, and you don't really have a choice.
The tyrant corrupts.
He's just assuming that, like, pretty much what Azalea said, which is like, this is just kind of how the world works.
Excellent. Okay. And with that, my friends, we're going to raid over to Oddity from Oddity Draws, who made the amazing art that you're seeing before your very eyes.
Incredible.
Not mine, though. Made everyone else's, actually. But stunning art. Go compliment them. Go love on them. They're good beans. Phenomenal creator. And have a good night.